Hi, I'm Komaru, and closing out the marathon, we're going to be doing Super Metroid Redesign. So I'm going to get started, and then I'm going to explain a whole bunch of things really fast, because there's a lot that happens. Are we set on time? All right, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. So Redesign is a Super Metroid ROM hack, which basically means things are different. So first off, gravity is a lot bigger, which makes weaving through those platforms harder. I'm going to try and explain as many of the mechanics as I can because it's Super Metroid and it's complicated. These doors take a little bit to open, so I'm going to be stopping in front of the doors by angling up and then letting go of the D-pad. And this is called Stop on a Dime. And this trick is pretty essential to this run because a lot of precise positioning is used. So you can see I stop on a dime so that way I can run through the door.
Normally when you decelerate with Samus, it takes like around a tile for her to slow down depending on how fast you were going originally. But if you are in an angle, that just sort of doesn't happen, and you decelerate or accelerate in a couple of pixels. Also, I'm Plof27. I'm here to meme on Komaru mostly.
So the Ridley fight, you can hit Ridley 100 times, or you can get yourself down into critical health. His tail does the most damage, so that's what we do. This sequence in Redesign is 30 seconds shorter, but if I can't do this in 30 seconds, then what am I doing? Another thing that Redesign does is it takes out wall jumps for the time being. We're going to be picking up wall jump boots later on that give us wall jumps back, but I can't wall jump, so in the final shaft room, I'm going to take the left route instead of the... ooh, that was bad. Instead of the right side. So here I'm going to jump across to the left, and then go up the left side, and then get hit by the steam because I was slow.
God.
Another thing you'll see me do a bunch is if there's flat level area, I'm going to be arm pumping, which is angling up and angling down. While you're running, that moves you forward 1 pixel at a time. So it makes you go just a little bit faster.
Over the course of an entire run, it saves like easily a few seconds.
So actually, in Redesign, in some places, in like sand or lava, it really, really helps. Yeah, so the route is a bit different because, you know, the map is entirely, completely different. Redesign is a massive, massive, massive ROM hack with dozens of changes and lots of different things. So as usual, the first thing we need to do is get Morph Ball, and so we go left through this unfamiliar wasteland. So we're going to be going through a bunch of unawoken criteria, just like you would in, you know, vanilla Super Metroid, except it's totally different. This is going to have lots of enemies and stuff later on, but for now it's just empty.
So, I don't know if you mentioned this, but the map for this hack is much larger than the vanilla map. There's just a lot more rooms. There's just a very large number of rooms.
One thing you might have noticed me do, and I'm going to be doing this a lot, is I crouch jump there. Crouch jumping in vanilla Super Metroid gives you a couple extra pixels of height, and in Redesign, it gives you about a block extra of height. It's pretty critical. Crouch jumping is really important in Redesign. On top of that, I'm going to be using a trick called down grabs, which is you point down while in midair, and it will bring Samus's hitbox up.
She basically like tucks in her knees and just sort of pulls herself a little bit higher because that's how physics works. And it lets you make it lets you get up to certain platforms that you otherwise wouldn't be able to make it up to.
And crouch jump down grabs at the same time in Redesign are really important. Because they let you reach some very specific jump heights. So I have Morph, and of course the physics are changed. It's about, I think it's half the speed, and the acceleration is really weird. So I'm going to focus on this room because I always mess it up. And I already messed it up. Oh no, this is really bad.
Having 0 missiles here is not bueno.
Oh my goodness, this is so bad.
You want to not get hit because then you'll get missile drops because that's how the video game works.
Yes, so
don't worry about it.
So in Redesign, the drops are really weird. The drops are all bugged, and basically, unlike in vanilla, you can influence the drops that you're going to get. So if you have full health, you're going to get missiles. If you have full missiles, you're going to get health. And that's really important. So here we're going to crouch, jump down, grab there, and we're going to do it again here. And we can just make that jump with that.
Beautiful.
So in the beginning, we're not going to have a whole lot of missiles. We only have this set of 5 right now. And why that's important is basically I need to have 5 missiles. Whew. That was a crouch up down grab that I almost messed up because I messed up on my D-pad. We're going to have this same 5 missiles, and we're going to be opening a lot of red doors with it, which means after the red door, I need to have full health pretty much to get more missiles. Here I'm going to unmorph right there, which halts my speed for falling speed for a quick second, which allows me not to hit that green pirate, which hits like a truck. Oh, and I weaved through those 2 Geemers there, which was really awesome. I usually don't get that. It doesn't mean anything because I farm up to full here anyway.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
It saves, like, I don't know, a very small amount of time.
Yeah. And I forgot to save, so let's just not die at Spore Spawn. I need to remember to save all the time. Redesign is really brutal because there's lots of ways to lose time, and most of the ways that you lose time are just instant death.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's so many ways to just die instantly in this hack.
There is a lot of instant death in Redesign.
It's to the point where, like, people will play this casually and they'll fall into a pit of acid and they're like, wait, this isn't an instant death pit? You can get out of here? And it's like a surprise. It's an accomplishment.
I recently found a way to get out of an instant death pit in Grapple Escape. So the reason I didn't farm the froggy guys there is because they're set to only give you small health drops unless you're at full health. So I'd be sitting there, I would get small health drops until I'm at full health, which takes forever. Okay, well, there goes that small amount of health. So if I wasn't at 5 missiles here, I would have to fill up on health on that little frog guy until I was at full. So here I'm just going to tank these 2. And we're going to go on to Spore Spawn. So I have to be very careful in Spore Spawn. I'm going to be following, hopefully, very specific patterns to get a 4-round Spore Spawn kill. But I need to be careful not to shoot up the floor.
Because, yeah, that's a door that you can just go through if you don't want to fight right now, but you want to fight right now.
And it'll reset his health. So if I accidentally shoot the door and fall through, then I have to basically redo everything that I'm doing now.
Do you do floor Dopplers here?
Yes. Okay. So we're going to do 3 rounds of 2 missiles, which are pretty nice and easy. I just have to shoot the spores out of the way. Get 2 shots in for 3 rounds, and then I'm going to go onto the right platform there, right over there, and I'm going to run and get 3 missiles in using the literal scientific Doppler effect.
So for those that either haven't taken a high school physics class, yeah, that was 3. Could you count? For those that either haven't taken a high school physics class or just haven't taken one in a while, the Doppler effect, if you are moving towards an object while emitting something at a regular rate, then that object will perceive the frequency as much higher. So if you run at it while shooting missiles, they get compressed, and then you can squeeze more missiles in before Spore Spawn closes its mouth. It's used in a couple places of the Super Metroid run, and we didn't see any of them here because Komaru's bad. But it's okay. That was still a pretty clean fight, all things considered.
I meant to do a moonfall there, but I didn't. So now I have the wall jump boots. The wall jump boots allow us to wall jump, and once again in Redesign, this is something that's completely, totally different. I want these missiles. Because it pushes you away from the walls like it does in Fusion.
So that push away combined with the increased gravity means that you basically need 2 walls in order to wall jump off of with any, like, reasonable speed.
Platforming is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, so in case it wasn't clear, this hack is very difficult. I think most would place it as more difficult than the vanilla game. If for no other reason than just like there's so many weird things that you need to get used to, it's longer. So the fact that Komaru is doing this at a marathon at all is very impressive. And if you manage to do this deathless, I will be very impressed.
Yeah, I will too. You might have noticed earlier, I did do a single wall jump. They're just really hard to do because you're pushed off the other direction. You just have to reverse your direction as soon as you possibly can out off the wall jump.
All right, Asher, maybe this game is easy for you, but...
Asher's in chat right now. He's the world record holder.
Yeah, he's also amazing at this hack this game.
I need to calm down my nerves a bit. I'm messing up all my stuff on the D-pad here. I'm going to need to be able to do wall jumps that simple in the very end because it's kind of critical. So hopefully my fingers get less nervous. So now we have wall jump boots. So we're off on our way to get bombs. No, I don't want to save there.
All right.
Make sure the wall jumps don't miss an in-terrain escape. So there you can see a crouch jump down grab, and then I messed up this one. I'm going to take this area a little safely. Basically, I don't want to use any extra missiles because I need 5 missiles to open a door. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter in a marathon run because I'm going to take the save. Never mind. I was supposed to damage boost there, but I always forget it because I see that Gimer and I say, oh, I don't want to get hit. Let me jump over him. And so that happens. But there would have been a cool damage boost there. So for safety's sake, I'm going to shoot this green pirate because it hits for a bunch and just wall jump up. Normally, I'd be worried about not having 5 missiles. But it doesn't really matter because in a marathon I need to save at the ship. So I need to save at every single save point, just for marathon safety.
Maximum safety.
That's the real safety strats. My D-pad is being very unfriendly right now, so I really hope it doesn't kill the run.
If you die in Acid Room, 1, I will be sad, and 2, I probably will make fun of you. So just be warned. Have you talked about respin?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so when you are moving, if you jump while moving in Super Metroid, you go into a somersault. If you jump while not moving, you don't go into a somersault. There are some things that you can only do while somersaulting, like wall jumping. And in the vanilla game, if there's ways that you can break out of a somersault midair, like if you change your angle position, shoot, there's a couple other ways, get hit. However, in Redesign and a few other hacks, there is a mechanic called respin, where if you just press jump in midair, you can start spinning again. So this allows you to do things like you can crouch jump, and then you can respin midair, so that way you can wall jump off of the crouch jump with increased height. And there's some other places where it's useful as well. Just a little mechanical difference.
But in Redesign, you have to be falling for a certain amount of time to actually... Why can't I do this jump?
Are we just bad?
Oh my goodness. Am I just bad? It looks really cool when you get it. You have to be falling for a certain amount of time to be able to actually respin, which means you can save yourself, but not that well. But if you jump yourself, you can just respin whenever you need to. It's just a lot more clunky compared to other ROM hacks, which in my opinion is a good thing. It's very nice.
Yeah, so the movement in this game feels really, really restrictive. And it makes getting movement items like that much more satisfying. Like, this hack really makes you work for all of your increased movement and increased ability and power. And it feels like that much more satisfying when you get it, and also that much more satisfying when you master this game's physics engine.
Yeah, I really love the physics in Redesign. A lot of people hate it a lot, but it's a lot of fun. So we're just going to wall jump up here, and we're on our way to Bomb Torizo, which we're going to fight.
But Torizo. You're welcome. This is why you have me on commentary, right?
So that room was okay. You might have noticed some cool wall jumps and nice movement there, which hopefully was actually nice. Doing some tight wall jumps in corners are really nice in Redesign because of the way it pushes you against the wall. So I need to get missiles back because there's going to be an enemy that's in the game that... the first hack where Bomb Torizo is a verb. Thank you, Azure. I'll explain that when we get to it. So this enemy is called a Reflect. First try, wow. This
Easy
acid
game.
underneath of me is instant death. If I fall in, I have to reload a save. It is instant death. There is no way out.
D-pad, we'll say it's the D-pad acting up and not nerves.
I'm very nervous right now. So here's bombs. So in Redesign, all of the enemies' weaknesses are changed around in interesting ways, and Bomb Chorizo is weak to bombs. So you bomb Chorizo to death, and hopefully I will get it in 3 perfect bombs.
Also, you may notice on the top of the screen next to the map that there's 3 green icons, which are now going down. You only have a limited number of bombs in Redesign.
That was
Very good.
perfect.
You only have a limited number of bombs in Redesign, unlike the vanilla game where you have unlimited bombs, and then your bombs slowly regenerate over time. This was to make it harder to IBJ, but you still can. It's just really hard.
And I'm going to.
Yep. Shoutouts to the randomizer that you did.
If I can do single bomb jumps.
So for those that have never seen Super Metroid before, that's really hard. For those that have seen the vanilla game, it's a lot harder than vanilla because of the increased gravity and the limited bomb capacity and so on. So be impressed is what I'm going to be impressed. It's very hard.
So the way that the bomb timer works to our advantage for infinite bomb jumps. Also, if I can get this jump, it'll be really cool. You have to do a crouch jump to get the extra height, and then wall jump, but I'm having a real hard time today.
Nice.
There we go. First try.
Easy every time.
Yeah, it's a really cool jump. The bombs will recharge faster one at a time. Well, there goes that moonfall.
Over 2, man.
No. The bombs will recharge faster if you still have any of them left. I didn't jump. Why didn't I jump? You're supposed to jump through that door. Oh my goodness.
So like a lot of playing both this and the vanilla game, if you're like starting to speedrun, so the first step is like learn the map, learn the mechanics, and then the next step is like know your route, but know it well enough that you know like, oh, I need to be jumping through this door. It's like, oh, I should have, whatever item selected as I go through here. Because this isn't like Celeste. You can't just treat every room as a separate thing. They're all connected, and you preserve momentum in such through rooms.
All right.
So it's one of those things that like you often don't notice if you don't speedrun the game, but like what are they doing as they go through doors?
Oh, first try. That
was
was so good.
Very, very good.
And then I accidentally hit Y and shot a missile at the door, but that's okay.
I've been told IBJ is only impressive if you do it out of a spike pit. Thank you, Ajder. We're not going to be seeing that. I'm not talking about that.
I don't know how much time that IBJ that I just did saves, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, but it's really impressive. It looks cool as hell. Cool as heck. PG-13.
So we're going to be skipping this energy tank down here, and the reason for that is there's 2 energy tanks in the game that are coded with the same idea as that energy tank. So if I pick that one up, another energy tank will disappear later in the run, and we want that one. And save for safety. Yeah, I'm going to be saving a lot, so... I'm going to be saving even when I don't need to save. We're going to be passing by another save point, and there's nothing deadly in front of me, but I'm just going to do it so I don't forget,
Also,
honestly.
don't accidentally soft reset your SD to SNES again.
I turned off the shortcuts for that.
Oh, thank God.
One time in a run, I hit my SD to SNES controller shortcut to reset to the menu, which was a very specific set of button inputs that should never have happened.
Yeah, you were like, no, it's not important.
I was on a very good pace. It was very sad.
It was very sad.
All right, let's see if I can get this 2 for 2. Nice. That means I won't have to refill at the Kago. It's pronounced Kago, not Kago.
Are there any snotball enemies that you and I get to have a fight over?
Yes, Booyans and Puyos.
They're snotballs.
Well, they're different.
That comment is going to make a lot more sense when we see them.
So the next item we're going to be getting is our first supers. And this brings up another important thing about Redesign, is that your ammo is totally different. You notice that we did get 5 missiles from the first missile pack. And the way it works is the missiles you get are based off of the position or the tile that's covering the item. So if the missiles are out in the open, they'll give us 2 missiles. If they're in a Chozo ball, they'll give us 5. And if they are hidden in a tile, like just missiles in a wall somewhere, they'll give us 5, or they'll give us 10. So
door transition.
Yeah, that door transition's really hard to get good. So we're pretty much going to want to be getting only... Get out of here. We're pretty much only going to want to be picking up missile packs that are 10 because it's the same, 6 2/3 seconds item fanfare, but for 2 missiles instead of 10 missiles. And we need a lot of missiles. And I forgot to shoot that guy, but it's okay. I'll shoot him on the way out. It'll save the same amount of health. So there's another single wall jump. And now we have our first super missiles. And I actually reached for my keyboard to split. So super missiles follow the same pattern, but with smaller amounts. So ones in the open give you 1, ones in chozo balls give you 2, and I think that's the max you can get. And I'm doing really poorly on health. Oh my god.
Don't die.
Okay.
Don't die. Don't die.
Okay, let's not die. So I'm going to have to farm up some health. We're going to do it off of these guys, which are really slow to farm up health.
Oh my god.
Marathon luck. See, this is my nerves. I'm just going to get myself up to 34. That seems like a good amount. And we're going to have to farm up elsewhere because I need 2 supers.
Komaru, please.
It's okay. That guy gives me 1, and the next enemy hits me for 20.
Oh, good. Oh, hey, he dropped big health, too. What a nice guy.
Yeah, he always drops a big health. So we're just going to farm up a bit so I don't be dumb. It's okay. That's all I need.
I assume...
It doesn't matter because these next 2 enemies cause instant death.
Oh, good.
So there's 2 enemies to the left,
yeah,
giant
the big
side hoppers,
yep.
and they do more than 100 damage. But now we have charge beam.
Did you just reach over to split again?
No, I don't split at charge beam because it's right after supers.
Where's your split at every item splits file?
I was only at some of them.
Split for every
So
item.
I'm gonna farm up just to be completely safe because there is an enemy in the next room that I'm going to that hits for 50. And there is an E-tank right there, but I want to be perfectly safe. So we're just gonna take it nice and slow here. There's a really tough way to do this jump, but I'm not going to do it, and I'm just going to make the long jump. So now we get to... So those Metaries hit for 50, which is way too much, honestly. But energy tanks fill you right up. This is the side hopper room, because there are side hoppers in it. Those are spikes underneath, and those spikes hit for 60, so we're not going to mess with them. And we're going to take the save. Yeah, so at this point, we're not even doing bosses or anything. We're just collecting items. Wow, that was unlucky. Those guys are supposed to give me a super. There we go.
Oh, pseudo-screwing. So if you spin jump while you have a charge beam charged, you will do what's called a pseudo-screw, because it's like screw attack but not as good. And you will do
a really lucky drop.
damage to the thing that you hit. And the pseudo-screw damage is not the same as the normal charge beam damage. Don't worry about it. But, yeah, that's what that is.
Actually, Ridley is weak to pseudo-screw.
Yep.
Severely weak to pseudo-screw, but it also hits you for 120 damage with gravity.
Yeah, so if the pseudo-screw doesn't do enough damage to kill the enemy, it will still do damage, but the enemy will still be alive, and then you'll break out of spin and then get hit. So you kind of like headbutt each other.
So this is the triangle room. It is a big triangle, and there's death giant side hoppers. In Redesign, gates and events and doors and such stay open. Unlike, well, I mean, doors stay open in vanilla, but in vanilla, if you open up a gate or you break up a power bomb blockade, it stays open, unlike in vanilla. So I needed to shoot that so that way later on, I'm going to come through the other side of that red gate, and I'm not going to have to glitch through it. So here's 10 missiles just hidden in a wall.
Good item. Good
and
item.
it's in a wall, so it gives us 10. So now I have 15, and so now I don't have to worry about ammo as badly. So I'm taking damage there on purpose off of the Ripper, so that way I don't get hit by the Key Hunter.
Nice iframe abuse.
Thank you. Wow, I never missed that jump. That's
we-
not worthy for the that's never happened before tally counter,
It's
though.
never happened before.
Yeah, but it's not like, I don't know, that's not like incredible or anything. So there's some shot blocks here that are shot blocks and not bomb blocks, so you don't have to wait and bomb everything. So I actually have really good ammo for this. I didn't have to farm up for anything. I only need 2 supers. And we're going to take the secret path over the waterway here.
So I have an obscure redesign question, if you'll humor me.
I have an obscure redesign answer, maybe, but Asher's in chat and he knows everything, so...
So, you know the like pipes that go through the walls and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So there's the sprite tile at the beginning and the end of the pipe that looks like a pipe entrance.
No!
Oh, bodied. I'll keep killing time. So there's a couple tiles that are at the beginning and the ending that look like a pipe entrance, and there's a long section in the middle that's just like a rock, right? But there, to my knowledge, like in the vanilla game, there are sprites for like the middle of a pipe, at least a green one, and if you change the color palette, it should look red, right? Unless I'm misunderstanding how this game works. So my question is, why do they look like rocks instead? Why did they use the tiles that look like rocks instead of the tiles that look like pipes? That's what I want to know. I've been thinking about this for like several days now.
What tiles are you...
So I'll point it out the next time I see it. But it doesn't look like a pipe. It looks like a rock. And it's in between the entrance and the exit of the pipe.
I've actually developed a strat specifically for that jump, and I was just able to do it right there that I wasn't able to do. That I messed up twice in a row.
Yeah, the basic red Brinstar tiles, like the ones that Komaru's walking on right now. Those ones. You've never noticed? What do you mean you've never noticed? So like, look at all those pipes, and like they're coming out of the rocks, and like sure, whatever, but like there's somewhere you can see both sides, and you have the pipe tile. Why don't they use it? This keeps me up at night.
So there's a secret energy tank here. Redesign has a whole bunch of really weird flags. This energy tank opens up a door when you get it. I'm not making this up. So this opens up the door that we need for what's called the Hell Run. And the reason it's called the Hell Run is because it's a heated damage area, and you can fight Kraid or you can get that E-tank to open it up. And we get the energy tank because we don't want to fight Kraid just yet.
So Azure has answered my question because he knows everything, which is it's probably because they don't want it to be immediately obvious where the pipe goes, which makes sense. I will accept this answer.
So hopefully I'm going to get the strat for this next room. It's really cool. It involves a midair morph bounce ball that's really, really swaggy, but I don't know the actual setup for it because it's really annoying, so I just kind of go for it. So we're going to jump midair morph, hit these spikes, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And it gets us across most of that room while preserving our momentum. And of course, we're going to need more missiles, and so there's some in this wall here.
Good item.
And that's a 10-pack, so 10 packs are good.
I've been watching way too many randos, so you picked up the missile pack, and my immediate thought was like, okay, so 25 and 2. Try to do math for like ammo counts for various bosses and stuff.
Arm pump like crazy while underwater because you can. So I'm going to open this door and this gate because, well, I need to go through the gate, but there's a way around it. And that was the unlucky drop. I was hoping to get a super there. And this is the energy tank that we skipped earlier.
Is this the part where I need to remind you to pick up the trash can after you get screw attack?
After I get speed booster.
After you get speed booster.
On the left of this room are speed booster blocks, and there's a reserve tank that's going to save my life later if I mess things up.
It's a trash can.
So this is the Hell Run. So I'm not going to be reading chat or answering questions during this because it's really easy to mess up.
I'll read chat and say stupid things for you. But anyway, yeah, we're in Norfair. It's hot down here. You take constant heat damage because you don't have the Varia suit yet. And it's very stressful and easy to die, so don't die.
I'll try not to. You take damage on the elevator too, which is cool.
Yeah, so while you're riding down the elevator, you take the heat damage,
And while you're riding up the elevator.
and then the like, it's not really, I don't think it's a sprite, because it's part of a different layer, but the health counter in the top left updates when you get to the bottom.
The trick to the Hell Run is wherever there's wall jump blocks, jump on the other side of them. Oh my god. No, I'm pretty sure I'm dead now.
Oh dear.
Jump on the non-obvious side of the wall blocks is faster. I might be dead. I might have to reload from the save. It's a very tight run. You say it's still fine, but I'm likely to mess up somewhere else. So hopefully we get this. I didn't even mock ball. Yeah, this is fine. 9 health. 9 health.
Easy game. Not even calculated. Calculated. Oh my god, Jesus. Wait, you're not gonna missile refill?
No, I'm not gonna missile refill. This tripper is actually really easy to get to. You just run. You don't need to wall jump there. You can just jump up. If you're really cool, you can get that missile on the fly. And you can actually close yourself in here with a missile from the other side. But there is a way out. However, there are some other places that you can get into, other gates you can get into, and you can close yourself out and then shoot all your missiles away and you'll have a soft lock. Yeah, I could if you really wanted me to.
Have you talked about mock balls yet?
No, they're
okay.
different in Redesign, actually. Like, the physics are the same, but the acceleration is just weird.
Yeah. So, oh my god. Yeah. So mock ball is a trick where you move at running speed while in ball form. It happens if you morph into the ground like while you're moving. So it's somewhat precise, and it's just very useful for moving faster as a ball. See it at a couple places, although like it gets really weird, so it doesn't like perfectly preserve your speed like you think it would, because this game is weird. And like if you do weird stuff with the momentum tables, then like mock balls will get really weird momentum to them, and it's bizarre. I was messing around in the momentum tables a little while ago because I was trying to make an ice physics hack for no other reason than because I think it would be a good meme. So yeah, anyway.
So
it's weird.
This jump coming up is gonna look really stupid, but I assure you it's totally safe, or so Elm tells me, or Asher tells me. Sorry, Asher. It looks like you're about to fall in. So we have Ice Beam, and in Redesign, Ice Beam is different. I'm not going to save here because I'll be totally fine.
You know what, Asher? I also think an ice physics hack would be really cool.
All right, you two are banned. Okay, we got the full ammo, which is great because that means that I can save a super missile by opening this door right now. So Ice Beam shoots really slowly in Redesign, which sounds weird because in vanilla, oh no, this is bad placement. I'm really bad at this for no reason, and I'm actually going to use the second. There we go. There we go. Okay. It's really that jump is really annoying. You can do an infinite bomb jump there if you are literally insane.
So this is a purple door. It's like a red door, but it requires way more.
It requires a 25 ammo, or like 25 missiles, and supers count for 5. Normally we'd be manipulating our drops to make farming easier, but there's a missile refill we're going to take instead. To get us back to full ammo. So yeah, so Ice Beam shoots really slowly, and when we pick up other beams, I'm only going to be able to have one on at a time. So like when I get Wave Beam next, I'm not going to be able to have Ice Beam on, because there's an item called the Beam Combo that we're going to get that lets us do that. But I'm leaving Ice on because I need it for to freeze some enemies later. But and then I'm gonna take it off when I don't need it because.
So can you switch back to Pea Shooter if you want to?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what I thought.
I just have to turn it off. Like it's the same menu. I just turn it off.
Yeah.
But like if I have Ice and Wave and I click on Wave, it turns off Ice. So now we have Varia, which means that in Norfair I'm not going to take damage. But also more important than that, which is weird to say. More important to that, to the left there's a barrier. It's just a big blockade of blocks, and that blockade of blocks is gone. So if you came down here in the Hell Run and you didn't take the hint of this giant long block that you were bombing away while taking heat damage, and you managed to get further, there would just be a wall that you can't pass. You are required to pick up Varia, even if you find a way to survive the health. Also, that jump is really cool because you just kind of bonk yourself against the ceiling, and it just works. And that was also a really cool crouch jump down grab and a mock ball through there. And we're gonna get
just squeeze underneath the closing door like Indiana Jones.
And we're gonna get hit for 40 damage for no good reason. This room is the lag room. We're gonna reduce lag by doing a mock ball, which makes Samus's sprite smaller and makes us go through the room faster.
There's fewer pixels to draw on screen, so it lags
This is
less.
the room that demonstrates how hard falling is, because I'm gonna hit like 30 platforms on the way down. Oh, only 2.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Getting hit by the Zeb also reduces lag. This is one of my favorite jumps in the game. No!
Rip.
Okay, that could have gone really much poorer. We're just gonna take this nice and slow. What is going on with my D-pad? Oh no, this is really bad. This is really bad. My D-pad is not behaving.
Is your D-pad pulling a SNES GT where it's not allowing, or SNES 9X where it's not allowing you to have diagonal inputs?
No, I keep getting...
I'm still salty about that.
I'm getting diagonal inputs when I'm not meaning to, and it's messing me up a lot. Like there, I unmorphed because I hit right and up while I was just pressing the right button. Or the right on the D-pad. So my health is really bad now. So we're on our way to Crocomire. Crocomire is required enough. I'm sure Azra's going to tell me otherwise, but for me, it's required enough.
Do we want to...
This game is incredibly restrictive, and there are a dozen ways to get around things that you're not supposed to, or that you're supposed to do. And so Crocomire is required enough.
We're not going to... Okay, we're just going to move past it.
So like there, my D-pad was not being friendly. Perhaps it was the like 3 hours of practicing early screw attack. So one thing I'm doing with the bombs here is I'm falling in holes that I shouldn't be. Is I'm trying to time on the double bomb jumps the bombs to be slightly faster than it should be. And the reason for that is then I don't have to use all 3 bombs to do the bomb jump. I'm actually going to do the infinite bomb jump here, so I'm actually going to turn off ice early because my health is low, and manipulating those gigas into place, or desk gigas. Gigas are the farmables, so this might take a bit. You can almost get up there. There we go.
Nice.
So we need a lot of supers. Not only is having supers nice, that one only gives us 1. So we have 3, a max of 3 and 1 right now. And we need a lot of them because in Ridley's Lair, or on the way to Ridley's Lair, there is a section that has 8 super blocks in a row, and you need to be able to do them all at the same time. And if you don't have 8, you can't get through. Why am I farming?
Safety. It's marathon strats.
No, it's Crocomire. It doesn't matter. So this is Crocomire. Crocomire's the same as Vanilla, sort of.
You shoot him in the mouth, he walks backwards. You don't shoot him in the mouth, he walks
1,
forwards.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to be counting to 2 because I can't count. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I don't know what it is, but saying it out loud helps me with the timing. Okay, so there's no energy tank. There's no like sweet special prize off to the right, like there is in Vanilla. There's just death. That is an instant death lava or acid pit. If I go in there, I can't get out. That's instant death. There's no candy there.
I was hoping for candy.
Yeah, nope. Yeah, so on the left, there's also pits of instant acid death, which is why I took the save. And it's really important that I not fall into those, so I'm just going to be doing some really high, like, woo, hops. And that's the noise I'm going to make while I do them.
Please do, yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Nice.
And then I almost
Thank
landed
you.
the
Yeah, that was really close.
But this gives us power bombs. This is the only power bomb in the game that I know of that gives you 3, which is really nice. The rest of the power bombs is just going to be one at a time. So here I'm using Stop on a Dime again to make sure that I don't die. Once again, instant death. There's no way out of there. Yeah, the noise when you fall in will be similar to the woo. Yes, thank you, ED. So now I'm going to farm to full, actually. Crocomire, like, I'm not getting hit, and I don't need ammo, so when I do croc, I don't farm until after.
Oh, see, I thought it would be poo if you got hit. If you got in the acid.
So this bomb jump here, I'm going to set my position up. And then I have to do the timing a bit different on that one because it's a much taller one. It's an extra block taller, and so it makes it a lot tighter. So now we have power bombs, which is nice because in Redesign, the bosses don't give you rewards. Like in Vanilla, when you beat Kraid, you get Varia Suit. You beat Phantoon, you get Gravity Suit. Well, in this one, that is true. But like, they don't give you direct rewards for beating them. And the reward for beating Kraid, the indirect reward, is Kraid opens up a couple doors.
Your reward is more rooms.
Yeah, he just opens up some rooms. And one of those is the way to grapple, and so we need to have power bombs to get to grapple, so we just do Kraid afterwards. That was really close on that Nova. Yeah, you don't need to beat the bosses technically due to new stuff. So I'm opening this gate so that way we don't have to... We're going to come from the right side of that gate later on. So it's just open now. This is a really cool crouch jump down grab if I can do it properly. If you do it properly, it's really cool because it looks like you're gonna get hit. That's how that jump is supposed to look.
First try.
And it's really nice and smooth. So this is going to be climbing, and hopefully I'm going to remember the way to climb. There's a couple shortcuts you can do here. One of them, I already did one, and then you can do this crouch jump down grab there, which looks cool. And now we have power bomb, so we can get out. We're going to pass by wave beam. If I was crazy, I could IBJ up to wave beam. Oh my goodness, if I could jump, please. If I could remember the strats that I actually developed, that'd be great. We're going to farm up to full ammo, so that way we have plenty of ammo for Kraid.
So, I know the drops are a little different in Redesign, but are they, like, mostly the same?
No.
Great. Good.
There's some things that are the same, some enemies that are the same.
Because those gamuts looked the same-ish.
Yeah, like, farming enemies are about the same. The one that's really annoying is that, the little balls, I forget their name, that they walk around on the walls.
The blue ones?
Yeah, the blue ones. They don't give you power bombs like they're supposed to.
Are they called Novas?
No.
Okay. Literally every enemy in Norfair, I think, is called a Nova.
Violas, thank you. Yeah, they don't give you power bombs. I mean, they do. They just don't. They should, but they don't want to. It's faster to go through the water here. Yeah, they give supers, and we actually take advantage of the fact that they give us supers instead of power bombs. Getting power bombs is actually really, really annoying. And we need a lot of power bombs because that's how I'm going to kill Ridley, is with a lot of power bombs. It's actually a really dumb strat. My strat for Ridley is use a lot of power bombs.
You lag him to death.
You lag him to death. Okay, so we're going to get this first try by jumping at the appropriate time. Nice.
Shouts to not getting grabbed by that yapping maw.
Yeah, that one's the only one that's going to ever get you. So up ahead, we're going to do some ammo manipulation. So basically, it's faster to farm supers than it is to farm missiles because of the way the drops work. So basically, I want to use all my supers before I use my missiles. And that was just perfect ammo usage there. But there's a purple door over here that takes 5 supers or 25 missiles or a combination of each. But it's faster to use the supers because that was 25 missiles that I just farmed up right there, just like that. And here I'm still farming the like 7 missiles that I got from earlier. Because it takes one item pickup to get 1 super, but it takes 3 item pickups, well, 2.5 to get 5 missiles. And so we're going to try and use that to save some time. So we can't do the Kraid quick kill because Kraid has different health and vulnerabilities and stuff. So I'm just going to do my best to deal as much damage as I can. So I'm going to start off with 2 missiles. Nice and easy. And then we're going to try and get 2 supers in. And I can only get 1 in because I didn't get the right frame. So now we have to fight Kraid.
Take Kraid to the prom, dance around.
So Kraid's hand is going to be frozen for a set number of rounds. His movements are random, whether he decides to move forwards or backwards.
Is it like vanilla where it's like random-ish?
I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Because in vanilla it's like random-ish. It's random, but it's not like random, you know?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how it works. I heard somewhere it's 50-50, and that's what I say.
Okay, it's like vanilla.
Okay, so that was a pretty good Kraid fight, honestly. Mostly I was trying to use a charge shot to keep his claw low, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about it. There's a save point to the right that I'm not going to take. Don't at me. This is the reward from Kraid, as we get this power bomb tube into water. Unlike in vanilla, we don't have to sit there and wait for the tank to break. You can still move around and stuff, which is pretty neat.
Oh yeah, so this is water physics. It's awful. When we get the gravity suit, it won't be a problem anymore, but that's not going to be for a little while.
This is a really cool strat that Azure developed, if I can do it properly, which I didn't. But you can farm from there by using a power bomb to open up that blockade on the left for later, and get the drops from the gamuts from underneath. Yeah, there's a better save I'm gonna need. We're on our way to grapple, which is the place that I'm going to die.
It's the one of 2 places. The other place is the acid room at the end.
Yeah, there's a couple places that'll likely die, which is what all the safety saves are for.
I remember you were talking about this like before you submitted to the marathon. You were like, I've almost got this to be mostly marathon safe.
Yeah, right. For some reason I always think that that's a shot block, but no, you can just stand there. Those guys give power bombs, which is why I waited to kill it. Let me just get hit by everything on my way down. So at this point, I'm just running through a bunch of rooms.
Well, we're not in Meridia yet.
Meridia is just a bunch of empty rooms, and it's just a meme.
Rooms.
It's just a bunch of rooms.
You need to get a quote bot in your channel, and the only quote is just Meridia is just rooms.
So I'm not taking that save point either because I don't care for it. Because I'm not gonna die on the way to the next save point, hopefully.
Don't say stuff like that. You'll jinx it.
If I can do movement, that would be wonderful. I'm having some real times.
It's just
Real hard
cleaned by a
times cleaning.
Roomba.
Real. I'm saying the words that I'm reading on chat mixed in with my sentences. That's never a good sign.
I think there's a word for that, whatever that is called. That like phenomena where you're talking and reading at the same time, and then you say a word you're reading.
64 health, not even close.
Not even close. Calculated.
So the section we're coming up to is called Grapple Escape, and Grapple Escape is it's a big pit of instant death is what it is, and that's not even an exaggeration at all. Like it's me not remembering where I need to go. Give me that. And so there's going to be a save point, and it's a pretty infamous save point if you play this casually, because you're going to be resetting there a lot, just like I do. I really love the movement in this room, honestly. Like, yes, it looks painful, but I really enjoy this. Like the getting stuck in the lava and like forcing your way through it. It's very interesting movement to get yourself out of those positions.
It's the arm pump practice room.
Whoops.
Is this the? No, it's not.
This is the infamous save point. So, when I die, when not if. When I die, not if, that's the save point that we'll come back to. So I'm actually just farming up to full ammo here because I'm not worried about my health.
It looks painful, but I really enjoyed this redesign. Thank you, Hashter.
So we're just gonna mockball over this or underneath this guy and bring him over here. And try not to use all my ammo. This is a kill everything room, so I need to kill everything to continue through it. Hence the name. That was really good. That was really, really good.
That was very clean.
It's something to remember where all the enemies are in the room. So, this is the pre-grapple room. So, we're going to be coming through there, and there's a really cool strat for that room that I get to show off. And this is the pre-grapple room.
I wonder what room comes next.
The grapple room.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
So I just run through the lava because it's faster, and I don't care about my health because there's an energy tank coming up. And now we have grapple, and now basically the run is over because we're going to be stuck here for the next hour. So
I mean, we're ahead of schedule. It's fine.
I'm going to try and go faster than this tripper, and I'm going to fail.
Very nice.
And
God,
fall in the
don't die.
lava, but it's okay because you can just do that. And I'm going to fail again. That shows you how good I am at grappling.
It's perfect.
And then the lower north entrance. Oh, no!
Oh, that was close.
It
okay.
looks really cool when you get this properly.
You can standing spin in redesign, right?
Standing, you can standing
Yeah.
spin. It's
Spin jump from a standstill.
yeah. It's weird. I don't care, Azure. I'm doing that room like that every time.
It looks cool. Oh, that was a moonfall. We never explained those. If you moonwalk and then like spin jump off a ledge while moonwalking,
Might be
you
able to get this.
uncap your fall speed and you fall very fast. And you need to be careful in this hack because sometimes if you do that, you will clip through the floor and soft lock.
No! If I had done that, I might have been able to get first cycle on this Ripper. So this is a real Galaxy Brain strat that I'm going to attempt for.
It's incredible.
Let's see if I
I
can
assume
get it.
you're not going to show off the weird glitch thing, right?
No! Oh! Not enough. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth
So,
the risk.
Grapple is a really well-programmed item, and you can
We're just going to take the next cycle.
And you can just sort of get yourself in those blocks, and then afterwards, like once you're sort of mostly through them, you can just let go of grapple, and Samus will just like pop up onto the blocks, and it looks awesome just because it's so silly. But if you're too far into the blocks, bad things
We're gonna take
happen
this
to you.
one.
So
It looks really scary there, but that was safe. I've practiced that one. And we can't do that for this one. This one I actually have to get good at grappling.
it's awful having to use grapple beam.
Oh, this is really bad positioning. Oh no! Oh no! I thought I was over the platforms.
Grapple escape.
Rest in peace, like 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
So basically what happened on that one was, yeah, that was really bad positioning. I should have played that a lot more safe when trying to redo it. On this, my positioning, it was fine for you, but it's only really bad after I let go. Thank you, Asher. Basically, I have a very specific set way of doing that second one, and if my positioning is off, I'm going to retry it because I don't want to mess up. And that was really stupid of me. That was like a brain fart, which is really what you want to not do in grapple escape, is mess up.
You gotta focus your absolute butt off.
So we get to see all this again.
While I adjust my glasses.
But you... This room can be ugly sometimes. There we go. Yeah, as Asher said, it's a room you need to map out how you can do it for yourself, which is why I retried that second Ripper. So what I'm going to do on the second Ripper is I want to get like a small swing and then a second small swing, and that'll take me into the perfect spot to hit the grapple block, but it's going to be off screen, and I'm not going to risk that. So then I do another small swing, and I'll be on the other side, and it'll be perfect that I'll be able to see what I'm doing. And so that's what I'm going to be going for on the second one. And I eyeballed the way back, and then I died. So yeah, grapple escape. I would really like to get a deathless run. I haven't actually done a deathless run yet. And if I do, I can get sub 3.
I believe that this is going to be the deathless run. I think you can do it today.
What? 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 What?
You got this. It's easy.
The run that I do after this.
Yeah. Starting now. This is a new category. Grapple to the end of the game RTA. Why do you let me commentate your runs? You had every opportunity to be like, no, stay at the tech desk.
I actually recently found a way to get out of the acid if I fell on that jump, but it's not very helpful if you're too far in the acid. That's no good. Eyeball it?
No. Oh my god. Jesus.
Jesus Louises.
You are killing me. You are killing your grandma.
That'll be good. This is good. That was good.
That was a lot less scary.
All right. So the hard part's over-ish. The next part. So there's still instant death under there. This instant death under there. This is called the complacency room. For a good reason. And I'm completely messing up the strat because once again I'm super nervous. So there's instant death down there. That's an instant death pit. Which is why it's called the complacency room. Because if you get complacent and you think you're good. Okay, and so we're gonna skip that missile pack there because that's 2 missiles, and we don't want 2 missiles. We want 10 missiles. So I'm gonna turn on Ice Beam for a strat that I came up with that lets us skip about a lot of this room, about a lot. And if I do it right, it saves a couple seconds, and if I do it wrong, it doesn't save any time at all and wastes time. As is time saves in speedrunning.
Yep.
So I'm just going to farm to full here because I need missiles. I'm going to be doing what's called a red gate glitch coming up ahead, and I need to not mess it up. Okay, so we're at full.
In the vanilla game, if a gate has a switch, so if it's a gate that is facing to the right, that is to say the switch to open is on the left side, you're not supposed to be able to open it from the right side.
Nice.
But in vanilla, you can. You can sort of get, using the way that missiles work with their momentum, you can get the missile through the gate and open it from the wrong side. So Drew, the creative redesign, tried to make this impossible by sticking a block underneath on the other side. But you can still do it. It's just way harder. So we're gonna try this like 16 different times, and then maybe
27 different times.
27 different times, and then go farm.
Please. Thank you.
Nice.
Whew, I was getting worried there. That was over half my missiles, so. So you can actually soft lock right here in this room. If you get Morph Ball on the left of this Choser Guardian, you soft lock and you can't get out forever. But this brings up the mechanic. This isn't the first Guardian, but there are 12 Guardians. And the Guardians open the way to Torian, not the 4 major bosses. So there's 3 Guardians in every single region. Crateria, Meridia, Norfair, and Brinstar. And so we just got the first one, which is called the Wavegate Guardian, because normally you need Wave to do that. Can I please stop being an idiot? Ahead of time. So I need to do that 11 more times over the speedrun for other Guardians.
Yeah, so basically the goal is get the 12 Guardians, some of which are real goofy. And then go to Turian, defeat Mother Brain, and bring peace to the galaxy.
I'm really glad I got that, because I can sit there messing up that single wall. Oh my goodness, get out of here. Messing up that single wall jump a whole bunch of times in a row is usually what happens with that one. Whoops. So grapple is weird. I'm not going to explain how it works, but I don't like it.
I don't even know how to explain how grapple works. It's got momentum, kinda.
And in Redesign, it's different too, so. So the next item that we're going to be getting is Speed Booster. And it's going to take us a bit to actually get to Speed Booster. And after Speed Booster, like before and after Speed Booster, there's some instant death involving grapple, as usual when it comes to grapple. And then that's about the end of the instant death for a while, which is really nice. So everything from now up until Speed Booster are generally where all my runs die. So I'm very well practiced in this beginning area. Believe it or not. So underneath me is instant death. Well, it's not instant death, it's a very slow death. Oh no, I don't have enough ammo for the door! Normally I would open that door because I want it open for later, but I don't have the ammo to open it right now, and I forgot to turn off ice. We're going to be coming back here, so the room that I grappled across, that's the room where Screw Attack is in, and we want Screw Attack.
Screw Attack is pretty great.
Oh my goodness, can I please grapple?
Just blame Grapple Beam. Anytime like you're doing a grapple and something goes wrong, it's always Grapple Beam's fault. It's never your fault.
I'm having a real hard time with grapple today. But it's okay. We're out of most of the instant death until Speed Booster, so it's just time loss. I have a pretty high estimate. And honestly, most of the time loss in the run is going to be from deaths. There's a jump that you can do over that pirate, but it's really crazy hard. So now we're back here, where we opened up that blockade earlier, and we're going to be going through that door to the left, over some instant death. So there's some ways to make this not instant death, but it is just a big lava pit of mostly death. So I'm going to do something that's really scary. I'm going to let go of this Ripper when we get towards the end, and I'm going to wait for a fraction of a second, and then grapple on again. And it's really scary, honestly. Because, you know, if you fall down, it's really hard to get out.
Nice 25 missiles.
So there's a fast way through this room across the bottom, but the lava pit under there is instant death. So we're going to take the nice, slow top way. The reason I used missiles there instead of the supers on that door is because there is a missile refill right here that we're going to take, and I'm not going to take the save. I'm going to take one that's closer. But, you know, like I mentioned before, because enemy drops are based off of the ammo that you're full on, there's no need to do that Moonfall. It's just fun.
I mean, Moonfalls look swag as heck. And a lot of, like, there's a ton of Moonfalls that I do in 100% vanilla that don't really save time. They just look cool.
Well, that was really bad morph balling. But yeah, so, you know, once again, we try to use supers wherever we can, so that way you use the supers up first, except for the ones that you know you're going to need for later. And then when you farm, you'll be more likely to get supers back. But, you know, when you know there's a refill coming, it's better to do that. The only reason I'm taking this elevator is literally just for the save. This is the closest save to Speed Booster that I know of. It's the only one on the way, at least. Whoops.
Don't die.
I didn't jump. Blink. We get to do the same movement here as we did before. So if you missed it, there it is again. It looks really cool. doing those hops is really satisfying. Because
is that a hero shot? I wasn't.
No.
I didn't think so. It didn't quite look like it was off screen.
So I need to get some ammo here. And I'm good. And we're going to go on our way to Speed Booster. Falling is hard. Falling is the hardest thing in this game because you have to remember exactly where the platforms are in the room.
And you fall so much faster than in vanilla.
Yeah, and so, like, unless you know exactly where the platforms are, you're going to bonk on platforms all the way down. And there are just too many rooms to memorize everything. So because we did that Guardian early, we have an extra power bomb pack. And normally you bomb your way through those blocks. There's actually a bomb path. Even though they're power bomb blocks, there's a way that you can get there. And it saves you one power bomb. But we have an extra power bomb, so it doesn't matter. So that's really nice. So it's not instant death. There is a way out. It's just likely death.
Probably death. So we might call an unfavorable situation.
So this upcoming room is the Speed Booster escape room. So when I come back through this room the other way, it's going to be filling up with lava like it is in vanilla, except it's much taller and more complicated. And you can't arm pump down that hill.
Differences from vanilla. The most important one.
Yeah, you can't arm pump down the Speed Booster hill. So I need to be very careful on this jump because that's instant death right there.
Not even close.
And shine sparking is required in Redesign. It's the only way out of here. So this room has a very unique property. Basically, there's a trigger that sets the lava to rise up really, really fast. And it's on the left side of this room. So basically, I'm just going to go through the room without touching the left side. Oh my goodness, please. And because I never touched the left side, I can take my sweet time and mess up more times than I should. And not be worried about instant death by having the acid come up. Like, I could sit here for another couple minutes and the acid would not come up to greet me. So I just have one grapple that I have to get over again, and then we will be done with the most of the instant death for a while. Just take grappling very nice and safely. Hopefully I get the sparks that I need to save time for the future. There's a shine spark that I would really like to do that saves some time. I just need to do it properly, which involves not bonking on that door, but that's okay. Not bonking on that door would be nice too.
Oh, we talked about spark chaining.
No, we haven't. So spark chaining is a mechanic that's from the Game Boy Advance versions of Metroid games, where if you are shine sparking across a slope, you can start running again. And when you start running, then you can recharge your shine spark, and that's been introduced in Redesign. There's some other changes in Redesign to shine sparking. Most notably, other than the recharge, is that you have 4 seconds instead of 3 seconds to use your shine spark. All right, well that was not a damage boost, but okay.
Close enough.
Oh, nice, 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 nice! Oh, I never get that. There's a slower place to charge up the shine spark for that. So now we have wave beam, which is our actual first good beam.
Shouts to Smokey.
And I'm gonna get a mock ball out of here first try without messing it up. That's gonna save some time. And second try, first. Oh my god.
First try, third try. Nice.
To get us under that gate. Get out! Get away!
Is this the one that you soft lock if you moonfall?
Oh, right. Right. Don't moonfall. Why did you say? Why did you remind me?
Someone clip that. Oh my god, I'm crying.
Please remind me. Don't moonfall there. Don't moonfall there.
Oh my god.
Do not moonfall there. Oh my god. Don't moonfall there. So what happened?
My goodness.
We're coming across that room again so you can see it.
Oh god.
There's some girders there. And underneath the girders are 2 horizontal blocks of space. And those horizontal blocks of space are empty blocks, and the girder is solid. And why did I do that? Oh my goodness. Now I'm a power bomb short. So now we get to see the other thing because I wasted a power bomb. I'm gonna blame oxygen deprivation from laughing for that power bomb. Yeah, so if you moonfall, you can clip through blocks. And with enhanced gravity, you can really clip through blocks.
I was waiting for the moonfall that soft locks you because I wanted to shout it out. I was like, "Hey, did you know if you move here, you'll clip through the floor and soft lock?" How foolish am I?
Okay, that was definitely a missile at the pirate.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, that was hilarious.
Please, diagonals. Yeah, so that was the soft lock. Basically, I was stuck under 2 blocks, and there's literally no way out. You're not supposed to be able to get into that space in the game unless you're an idiot.
Basically, you end up moving so fast vertically that on one frame, Samus is before the block, and on the next frame, Samus is after the block. So
there is a way
then you hit the actual floor, which is multiple blocks thick, and you stop. And then you're just stuck. You can't get out.
There is a block you can land on in the moonfall that will save you. But I was way too far away from it. And yeah, don't...
Also, the turnaround you did in air might have actually been the thing that...
No, it
Is
doesn't
it, like,
matter. It
guaranteed
doesn't.
anyway?
It's pretty much. It's fairly guaranteed. Like yeah.
Oh, good.
Like it's just a bad idea. Don't moonfall there. Yeah, the reason my brain was on moonfall there was one, because it's something that's happened to me in a couple runs, and two, I was trying to remember the strat is charge, not moonfall. It's charge as you fall, because we're going to be using pseudo screw as we fall for a really cool farming strat that uses wave beam.
You should go to your route notes and then put in big red letters, "Do not moonfall here, you will soft lock."
Yeah, so that's the big red letters. Oh, they're not big red letters. I'm sorry, I was adjusting my notes and not playing the game. But yeah, you can see my notes, Ploff.
Yeah.
What does it say right under wave beam?
Speed booster. Don't go all the way left in the speed booster escape and you'll be fine. Wait, no.
It's
Don't
under
moonfall down. You can soft lock. Charge, respin, hold right when falling. Farm to full at gamuts.
It says in my notes, do not. Okay, so I know I mapped out the behavior of that particular platform. When you cross its center, it will rise up. Knowing that knowledge may save your life one day.
I just think that you should put it in like red. don't moonfall.
Okay, well this is going to be a tight charge.
I believe in you.
This charge is really important because it opens it up for later. Whew, that was really tight.
Yeah. So how are you doing, Komaru?
I'm... You know, I actually ran this game with Moonwalk off for a while just because of that. My verbs are all messed up in my head. I had charge beam there for no good reason. Like, I'm all messed up now. It's the nerves. All right, let's see
Just
if we can get this
imagine
charge.
everybody in chat in their underwear. Like imagine their names in chat,
Yeah,
just like wearing a.
What? What?
So if you,
Please clip
is there a
that.
backup? Yeah, please clip that. If you go down below 30 health, you immediately stop shine sparking. It happened one block before getting to the top. Oh, that's amazing.
So one thing from Super Metroid that you can do normally is you can short charge. In Redesign, you can't short charge, which is getting your speed booster like blue suit early.
Although in this case, it's actually yellow.
Yeah, it gets blue later. But in Redesign, the only thing you can do is delay the first one, which is actually really easy to do. Okay, so we're just gonna.
So you can do one taps,
bomb.
but nothing else.
And we're gonna fall.
Don't moonfall.
And we're gonna do this strat.
Oh, nice. Wow, that was really good. First try.
Yeah. So only
the stutter part.
only
Oh,
the
that's
stutter part
interesting.
is applicable, and it actually matters because it makes some things possible for me for later, specifically early screw attack, which would be possible. Otherwise, it would just really, really suck because you'd have to reset the room every time you mess it up. Okay, this is the part where you need to remind me to get that reserve tank. Which
Make sure that you pick up the trash can. Don't forget.
Oh, goodbye, Norfair. No, we'll be back. We'll be back to Norfair. That was not what I intended to do. I normally don't pick up this reserve tank. The reason I pick up this reserve tank is because in the end, there's going to be a spot where the baby Metroid puts you at 1 health, and there are enemies after, and you can screw attack through the enemies if you manage to do it. And if you don't, then you die.
So, when the baby drains you to 1 health, it drains your main health, but it does not drain your reserves. So if you have health and reserves, then you still keep like some health after the baby noms on you, which is why it's a little bit safer. The baby.
So this is why we opened that gate earlier, because now it's open. Hey, look at that. All right, so I'm going to focus here because there's a really cool Shine Spark chain I want to try and get that I'm not going to get. I almost saved it, but then I didn't get the recharge. If I had done it, I would Shine Spark, recharge there, and then I would charge across here, and then charge up to where I'm going to now. But now I'm just going to do it the slow way. The slow way. I think that's good. Didn't even have to adjust. Nice. Otherwise, you have to use Ice Beam to get up that room, and it really sucks.
Oh yeah, so in Redesign you can very slightly adjust. When you're Shine Sparking, you can very slightly adjust.
No, you can't.
To this. Oh, you can't? I thought you could.
You might be able to in Axial.
Never mind, I'm dumb.
That gate is solely just to get this, which glitches the game, actually, so now you know I'm running on console.
I know that you can in Project Base. I run Project Base. I'm bad at it, but I do it.
So we're making a detour entirely to get this 2-pack of supers, because, like I said, supers are very precious. So that's, one of the few super missile packs that's 2 of them, which is really, really great. Because we need at minimum 8. We're going to get about 13 or so. And once again, even though supers are normally rarer to get, it's faster to farm. So we're just going to farm to full here. So we're going to sit for a little bit. I'm going to calm my head and try not to do any more complete, absolute screw-ups.
Do you want me to look up some jokes to kill time?
Just like I need like a soothing song instead of Brinstar music.
I'm sorry, I don't know any lullabies.
So I'm just filling up the reserve tank. And we're headed out. Yes, in Axial it forces you to adjust. So if you Shine Spark basic, oh my goodness, between 2 blocks, it'll put you on 1 track. It's really dumb, and I dislike it a lot. So coming up is the world's worst frog. It's that one because it'll always get you unless you get rid of it. And of course, see a save point, save and save point. So now we're going to get high jump. Something I haven't mentioned is how Speed Booster works with your height. Your jump height does not matter, or does not care about how fast you're going in vanilla or otherwise when you have, when you don't have Speed Booster. So if you don't have Speed Booster, you can jump N blocks high, I forget what it is, and if you're running, you can jump that same height. But with Speed Booster, it changes that, and the faster you run, the higher you jump. But without high jump, that means that your jump height is actually just lower when you have Speed Booster. It just makes it harder to jump when you have just Speed Booster, no high jump. So I've been running around with some gimped height for a while.
Yeah, you can look up like momentum tables for how Samus's height will be based on some number of frames of running, both with and without high jump, and there's some really, really strange and silly stuff in there.
So high jump in Redesign comes packaged with Spring Ball, which is really great because we get to use it right away, right here. It's the fastest way to move through water like that. And you'll notice I used 5 supers on the door because now I'm back to 5 supers just from farming these enemies that are likely to drop 5 supers.
Thanks, Cacatax.
And the other thing to note is I picked up a missile pack from the Chozo Ball here earlier, and it gave me 10, and you might be wondering, how did that give you 10? And that's because that Chozo Ball is actually considered scenery. It's not animated.
I love Redesign.
It's not a glowing Chozo Ball. It's just a solid one. So the normal Chozo Balls glow a little bit.
It's internally consistent.
And here you can see me messing up the jump height. But if I get a little more speed, we're good. So we're going to do the next Guardian, which is called the Ammo Guardian. And the reason that it's called I went the wrong way.
Routing.
I went the wrong way.
Is this the part where we blame the CRT?
No, this is the part where you blame me not reading the notes that say take upright secret and open the gate. So this is not going to PB.
Is it?
No, it's not. This is definitely not going to PB. So the Guardian that's coming up is called the Ammo Guardian because it takes a lot of ammo, as you might guess. So we start off with our personal favorite, the purple door. I need an audio cue here, so don't say anything. Even though it looked like I hit that, I wanted to make very sure that I hit that, because there's also another one where it's in a wall. It's just in a wall. So you pretty much need the audio cue to make sure you hit it. And I'm going to ask for quiet on that one, too.
Gotta love that super missile crunch. That crunch.
It's really important. But I'm actually listening for the wave gate. For the gate going up and not the crunch. But it's nice that you get to hear both. Well, it's
the same sound as wave gate.
Yeah. So now we're coming back up here. To the left is Billy Mays. There's 2 missiles there. But that would be, about 14 seconds for 4 missiles. Of just item fanfares, not to mention, walking over.
And then, another couple seconds of door transition as well.
No, it's in the same room.
Oh, just kidding. We still have to go to the Billy Mays room. That counts.
No, it's...
Oh, never mind. I'm stupid.
There's just 2 missiles that are just sitting right next to each other.
They're just chilling.
Yeah. Thank you. That's exactly where I wanted that super missile to go.
Oof. That bug just took it like a champ. It's like an action movie running in front of the bullet. Save the door.
So here, it's just trying to do good farming. Keeping those supers empty, because we need all the supers to open doors. There's more doors. So we're going to be farming for a little bit. This is why it's called the Ammo Guardian. Because it requires all of your ammo. So we actually get to meet our friends, the animals. There's more doors. Thank you, Asher. We actually get to meet our friends, the animals, or at least the first, the Dakoras. They're required to open up that space. Okay, I need silence so I can hear this one. Okay. Because it's just in the wall. You wouldn't know if you missed it. That was not what I meant to do with Spring Ball. So this is going to be pretty cool if I can get it. I couldn't get it. There's a really cool strat. If you jump up there, you can Shine Spark across. So this room is interesting. This is a kill everything room, but the way it works is it's not actually kill everything. It's kill end things.
Yeah, so the kill everything doors are just programmed to count how many things you've killed in the room, and then after you've killed a certain number of things, it'll open the door.
That side hopper has killed me before, so I panicked and used a whole bunch of ammo on it. So, yeah, these respawning enemies count as kills, and so this door is going to be very, very open on the right by the time I'm done farming. It's going to be extremely well opened. It's like, oh, did you kill, 7 enemies? Yes. We killed like 30 of them.
So how you been?
I'm okay. What's funny is this is all just for safety, because there's a ship refill after this.
Good.
But I'm just going to get full health. Let's go to 30 missiles. That should be enough.
I think 30 is a good number.
That's a good panic mode.
It's not my favorite number, but it's a good... My favorite number is 27, which I think will surprise no one.
I'm pretty sure you don't soft lock if you walk into that Guardian. Onto the head of that Guardian for some reason. So that's the next Ammo Guardian. We actually haven't gotten to the one that we're supposed to get first. And it's actually kind of a cool moment when you're playing this casually and you get to the first Guardian because you're like, oh yeah, that's a standing one. What happens if I Morph Ball there? And you do it and this happens and you're like, what? What was that? So we're just going to tank a hit here. 2 hits apparently.
God, it's so scary.
I don't want to take the safe strat here. Safe strat.
Thanks for the math, Ashdar. 172 damage.
there's a really cool jump that you can do to get in there. And if you do it right, you just go right in. So there used to be a girder there. And what happens is when you power bomb the block, leave the room and come back, the girder is just gone. So you can use that as place that we came through as a shortcut. But because we went and did the Ammo Guardian, we didn't even have to wait. It's just open, which is nice. That's a benefit of doing Ammo Guardian earlier. But you can wait until after you have, like, Screw Attack, and it makes it a lot easier and safer. So now we're going to get the Spazer Beam.
The no-aiming beam.
Yeah, so Spazer in vanilla, people joke about it sucking, that it's not great. In Redesign, it is wonderful. And when you get Spazer, you feel so good because you just went around and did all of this nonsense without knowing what you're supposed to do. And the best thing you have is Wave Beam that shoots really slowly. Like, it's pretty slow. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It does a bit more than you had before. But, like, even, like, when you got Ice and you're like, oh, great, a beam finally. Well, it sucks. And you want it off most of the time. So when you get Spazer, it really rocks, honestly. It feels really good to get Spazer for the first time.
Spazer rocks my socks, dude.
This is the Spring Ball room, which I messed up.
False.
If you keep your momentum, it's really fast to go through with Spring Ball. You can just hop across the whole thing. Please, let me in. So we're just going to make a detour off to get Spazer. It's faster to skip Spazer, but it's not as much fun.
I mean, memes aside, like, speedrunning is about fun. If you're speedrunning a thing and you're not having fun, then don't do it. Like, you can just stop.
On the other hand, also, with that, speedrunning is also about finishing the game.
That, too. That's also a very important part of doing runs, is finishing them.
There's going to be a missile pack that we're going to hop right over because it's out in the open, and we don't like out in the open missile packs.
Shouts to Aqueduct missiles in vanilla.
I almost got it. Alright, it's right here. Oh my goodness, please. So now we have Spazer. Oh, I forgot to mention, Spring Ball gives you extra Morph Ball speed. So now we're at vanilla Morph Ball speed again instead of slowed down Morph Ball speed, which is really nice. But you still have the really awkward acceleration. So when you Mach Ball, there's like this weird startup time, which is kind of interesting, honestly. This is cool. We get to use Speed Booster and High Jump to just make that jump. And we're going to scroll past the slow way notes on my notes here and make sure to get hit by this Ripper twice, trying to jump over it.
It's RNG manipulation.
So we're going to make a small detour over here to get a super pack, but I'm going to use a power bomb there on the way up here because it's going to break some blocks on the left where the quote-unquote first Guardian is, without having to wait for that. So now I get these optional supers, which are normally on the way, but we're going to be taking a faster, glitchier route. So this is the Power Bomb Guardian. There were a bunch of blocks here when we first came here, Power Bomb blocks, and you can see on the right, now the screen is scrolling over to what's behind there, and you can see that's where we place the Power Bomb.
Drinking water %.
I know, right?
Stay hydrated, everyone.
Yeah. In long runs, stay hydrated bot is just it's not a good idea. So now we've got, I believe, 3 Guardians. And we're just going to make our way up here. And now we don't need any fancy jumping mechanisms. We can just jump now. How nice is that?
We can just jump.
Yeah.
You'll ever just jump?
We've got a super that we're going to get through the courtyards that we can just pretty much run and jump through now that we have all of the good movement items in the game. Which is, you know, speed booster and high jump, the perfect combination. And we're going to take out another guardian, and then we're going to glitch our way into underwater criteria. And we're going to skip a whole ton of underwater criteria. So there's a whole bunch of underwater criteria stuff that you normally have to do. Okay. If I can remember how to do this properly. There's a whole bunch of underwater criteria stuff, and we're going to be skipping a whole bunch of it, including both sets of fights with ninja pirates without plasma beam, underwater suitless. We're going to be skipping all of that, which saves I don't even know how many minutes, but I would estimate like 15. Like
Fighting ninja pirates is a bad time.
Reminder to go the right way.
Water physics.
So this is going to be cool if I can get it. Nope. I don't know what I collided on there. That was interesting.
What is collision in this game? Does anyone truly understand?
It's really swaggy if I get this, but I'm just going to take it the safe. Oh my goodness. The safe way. Normally, the swaggy way is you Shine Spark, recharge on that slope, and then you just go straight up. And it looks really cool because you Shine Spark and you can just go whoop, whoop, and that's it. But we have to take it the safe way.
Thanks, ED. Some collisions are understood, but not all. Yep.
So in the next room, we're going to be using grapple to glitch the game. Oh, I'm going to moonfall here. I don't think I've ever remembered to do that one.
Oh, nice. You didn't even soft walk.
No, I didn't. What's the point of moonfalling if you're not going to soft lock?
Honestly, what you doing?
The way that zoomers work is broken. Their AI for what happens when they're grappled has been changed. So you can do things like this.
Wait, that opens the gate?
Yes. So if you put yourself inside of a gate, it just opens.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, in Redesign, the thing that saves that the gate is open is you firing on the switch. So if I shot the gate and closed it and then came back, it would be open. And we just glitched through a gray door.
Yeah. Who needs doors?
Yeah. Doors are suggestions.
Shoutouts to the Doors, like the band.
So I'm saving some supers there because I need them. But if I come back to that room, I don't need to. But we are going to come back to that room, but I'm not going to look at the gate. That gate will still be closed. But if I had shot it and opened it and closed it and then came back, it would be open because I shot it once. I toggled its state, basically, is what I'm saying. I want to save all my missiles because we're coming up to Fantoon. And Fantoon is great in Redesign. I love Fantoon in Redesign, which is a weird thing to hear me say because I hate Fantoon in Vanilla.
This is why you don't run any percent.
This is why I don't run any percent.
I mean, you have runs of it. You have done runs of any percent.
Yeah, but really, really bad runs. You love Fantoon's drops. Yeah, Fantoon's drops in Redesign are a meme, literally. Okay, well, this is a position. Okay. So here we're in the maze, and there's a way to do the maze, or you can just write down the directions, which are up, 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 left, down right, right, down left. I hope that didn't mess me up going into the wrong spot there. It did. Up. I fell and I shouldn't have fell. Up, left, down, right, right, down, left.
I think this section is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle and there's visual cues to figure it out.
Oh, there are.
Yeah. So it's an interesting puzzle. I don't like it. I especially don't like it in the Axial Edition, which is the ROM hack of this ROM hack. So yeah, Phantoon, our missiles shoot faster, and Phantoon is also weak to missiles. So we're gonna be using a lot of missiles. So in vanilla, you have to Doppler missiles into Phantoon to get them in fast enough. But in Redesign, you can do that.
Nice.
And one round Phantoon. And I'm gonna skip Phantoon's drops. You should see why. Phantoon's drops are also bugged. It's all small health. It's like
Thanks
80 health.
buddy.
It's like 80 health, honestly. There's a really cool Shine Spark you can do along this whole thing that saves a whole bunch of time, and I'm not going to be doing any of it because it's really hard. But what I am going to be doing is farming health with this Kago. This is the laggiest Kago in the game, I swear to God. And that's the one we're going to be farming. You can already see the lag, but we need the resources.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's one of the sturdiest Kagos in the game. Drops are despawning. That's how much that Kago survived.
I can hear your console crying.
We need to go back. We need a super. We needed a super from that Kago.
All right, SNES, I believe in you. I know it's hard.
Well, that's not going to work because I'm not going back up. So we're going to get a super off the next Kago. Welcome to what are they called? Yapping Maws Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Is there a gay percent for this hack?
No, but I mean there could
There
be.
should be.
There could be.
If we start a gay percent, I will do a run of Redesign.
Okay, I now know how I'm going to get my friend Ploff to run Redesign. I have you on video.
That's
I
true.
have a
I can't
recording.
even deny this now. What have I done? I've been refusing to run this hack for many months now because look at it. Like, I don't want to run this. This looks hard. I don't want to run things that are hard. That's why I run vanilla in Project Base.
The leaderboard is getting bigger. Give me a super. Give me a super. Give me a super. That's a super. How about that use of grapple there?
Oh, so for those that aren't familiar with their Super Metroid extension categories, gay percent stands for, it's GAY, get all yapping maws specifically, or it's grabbed by all yapping maws. So it's just a category where you have to get grabbed by every yapping maw in the game as quickly as possible. And it's a great category. It actually has some really neat strats in it.
So I was attempting to kill that first fish and wound the second fish, and I just managed to wound them both, which is sad because I need them both out of my way because those fishes are terrible, including that one. Oh my god. I need to stop getting hit by fish. We're just gonna get out of here.
When is Redesign no drops? Never. No.
And there is gravity. So no more underwater movement. Yay!
Now we get our sweet purple swimsuit.
This, yeah, it looks a lot cooler than it does in vanilla, honestly.
Yeah, the yellow highlights I think really look good on it.
There we go. Get out of here.
It's also more of like a blueberry color than in vanilla. Vanilla's like a little bit more pink.
Yeah, vanilla is it's just all purple.
Yeah, it's very blurple.
So I really like the coloring in Redesign. My health is really bad, honestly. You read the red text?
Do not run through door after grabbing supers. Don't do it.
After I grab supers, do not run through the door.
What's not to love about Redesign gravity? Thinking face emoji.
Oh my goodness. And we're gonna farm up on that Kago again.
Oh, is it time for the lag cargo?
Yes.
Does anybody want to fry an egg on Komaru's console while it, while it lags to death?
Give me them drops.
I've got a really fun story about eggs, if you want to hear it.
That story about eggs.
Yep. So today I went grocery shopping and I thought to myself, I wonder if I need to buy some eggs. And then I looked in the refrigerator and I saw that we already had a carton of eggs. And I thought, I guess we don't. And then I didn't put it on the list. So then when I went grocery shopping, I didn't buy it.
And let me guess, you got home, you opened the fridge, you went to go make something with eggs, and they were expired.
No, they were fine.
Oh.
The story has no point. I just wanted to waste time.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So this is the super missile. I am
Don't-
not going to run through the door.
Don't run through the
Basically,
door.
if I run through the next door, I will fall through the door, and that's not good. So we're going to get a Shine Spark, and we're going to Shine Spark through the door instead of running through the door, because if I run through the door, I'll fall, and we don't want to fall. And that's how I safely get across that room. The Kagos in this room have less health, or less shots. I honestly don't know how they work, but they're not as fun to farm.
I mean, oh man, I want to believe that it's health, but I'm dumb, so.
Okay, that was not the way. Give me that. Climbing is really hard.
It's their speed value. Of course it is.
Oh my goodness.
Of course it is. Thank you, Asher.
Climbing is hard.
Climbing is hard.
Let me up! Climbing is hard. So if I went up, that gate would be closed. We're on the proper side to open it, but we don't care about going that way. I think I should have just gotten hit by the enemy there. Oh yeah, we get to use wave. This is wave required. There is a crazy, crazy thing you can do here. You can get what's called a spike suit, which is a glitched suit. It's a glitch state that gives you one free shine spark that you can use to not do all of this. And yeah, we're not doing that.
Spike suits are hard.
It's double frame
two- yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it's 2 frame perfect tricks right after another, but the time between the 2 frame perfect tricks is consistent, so it's not too hard to get. Like, you need to get that in your muscle memory. It's not as bad.
Just keep telling yourself that.
You think I can spike suit? No. No.
So when we picked up those supers, I laid a power bomb, and the power bomb opened up the blockade there, so we didn't have to wait for it this time. And here's another 10 missiles in the floor.
That's a very good item location.
Honestly, it is, because there's nothing else down there. Like, it just looks like, oh, there should be something there.
Wow, does the map, like, continue to show that there's, like, a thing?
Well, there's just a spot in the floor. Like, there's just a spot with nothing there. It just seems like a worthy place to investigate.
Okay.
So we're going to do this first try. First try.
Do we have Goop Spark as an FFZ mode on this channel? 'Cause
Oh,
we should.
don't. You'll curse me. I need no goop sparks for later on. It's really important. It's really important. So with the spike suit, you can come through and break that blockade from underneath, and then it's permanently opened. But we just come all the way around just to get it from this side, and now it's open for us. And if you thought the Kago before had a lot of speed, well, this is called the Kago Guardian, or at least that's what I'm calling it today, because this, yeah.
It's the hero Kago. The Kago to end all Kagos.
This is the Kago Guardian, because it's guarded by that Kago that has way too much health. It's nice that we can get a lot of these Guardians out of the way, so that way later on there's a section of the run we call Guardian Cleanup, which is after we unlock literally everything, which just lets us get a bunch of the Guardians. And this is the hardest jump in the entire game. And I got it first try.
Nice.
It's off screen. You can't see yourself. It's 2 blocks high. You spring ball or bomb jump. It's just really, really hard. So now we're on our way to the first visit to Meridia. And then we're going to take a detour, and we're going to do the trick that I've been practicing literally all day, which is early screw attack, if I can get it, which is really cool. It's not something you're going to want to miss, so yeah. When I get it. If I get it.
I believe.
It's on my notes as just like, optional. It's just one line, optional. Go get screw attack. So we're going to do a moonfall. Because it's cool. I don't know how much time it saves, but I'm doing it.
Moonfalls always look really, really cool. Saving time is not very important. What's more important is looking cool.
So Meridia is just a bunch of rooms. And that is a meme in itself because there's just a bunch of empty rooms. It's just rooms. Also, this is a really stupid spot for an item, honestly. That 10 missiles, if I fall down on those platforms, I can't get back up there. And so it was really important that if I wanted to get those missiles that I do them there. Otherwise, I have to remember to come back for them. So we're just going to be going through a bunch of really boring rooms. Some of them have items. Others are just... It's this room.
It's just rooms.
Look at that. It's just a room that just turns to the left. Look at this. It's just a room that turns to the left.
Where's the section? Oh, yeah, there's the left,
Look at
left,
this.
left.
This room is just a room that goes left.
Komaru has some amazing sections in his route notes where he just says left a whole bunch of times in a row.
Yeah, usually they say like lefty, lefty, left or something like that. I try to be colorful with it. This room, you just go left. Like, it's just a bunch of rooms. There's something to do in this room. Let's see if I can get it. Got it.
Nice.
It lets you... So when you get your Shine Spark charge off of an edge, which is a really tight timing, honestly, you keep your blue suit and the charge at the same time. And that's important because then it kills the enemies underneath for free. Literally for free. I'm not like, memeing with the, oh, this is free. Yeah, so now we're detouring back to Norfair, literally just to pick up Screw Attack, because Screw Attack is, it's the Yeet Beam, and we'll see why. Screw Attack is the Yeet Beam. So it's basically on the path to grapple. But you need Speed Booster to get it. And so this is the first time that after having gotten Speed Booster that we're actually near Screw Attack again. And normally we would come back here and do the Wave Guardian as well, but we did that early. I should have used a Power Bomb there. That was a mistake, but at least I have Spring Ball for that.
It's new strat for the next run.
Alright. So we're going to turn on Wave Beam, and we're going to leave Wave Beam on for the rest of the run until I get something better. And because I didn't open the door before, I have to open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
God damn it.
Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Am I allowed to quote Miss Coma on stream?
I'm sorry, I need to focus for this.
Okay.
This is the trick you don't want to miss. So this is early Screw Attack. So when I get it, TM, it's going to be really great. Get out of here. Okay, so that was the first part. So you have to fall down there and not land on any of the platforms to save your time. Yes!
Nice.
And that's early Screw Attack. Woo!
That is hard to do.
I didn't get the escape. The escape is if you get a charge on that bottom lip just before Screw Attack, you can Shine Spark your way out and not have to do any of this nonsense. Because now we have a bunch of rooms that we have to go through. So, like, we would not be here. We would be on the way back out.
So, the reason Screw Attack is the Yeet Beam is because if you are running, it just replaces your somersault, and it just like kicks you forward with some extra momentum.
It gives you a lot of momentum.
So like there, you could see it kind of just like kicks you forward a little bit.
And so the way that Redesign is designed is, yeet. You just fling yourself right across.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, audio team, for that really loud plosive.
So the reason that Screw Attack is so incredibly helpful in Redesign is because Redesign is designed to not give you places to get a Shine Spark charge, except for where you're quote-unquote supposed to. And so there's like a lot of places that it's harder to keep your momentum. So like, you'll notice here along the floor, there's going to be bumps and rocks and ridges and stuff that prevent me, like here. So it's faster to Screw Attack across all of that because I'm not going to be able to get any helpful speed with Speed Booster. Like there I could have if I had done it properly.
Yeah, every time you land from a jump, your speed gets reset. So generally, like, you want to stay running as long as you can, but with all the junk on the floor to stop you from Speed Booster recharging,
and so
it's best to Screw Attack.
So Speed Booster, or Screw Attack, just gives you a ton of speed. And it's really helpful to movement, and it makes the run a lot easier and safer, and like it's fairly required. Also, if you want to not Screw Attack, you can jump without holding run, like this, and it won't launch you forward. Which makes Screw Attack really hard to control because you don't have a middle ground anymore. So like before Screw Attack, I could hold run and jump for a nice medium, speed jump, or I could okay, please, thank you. Or I could not hold run and jump, but now I can't have a normal running jump anymore. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, a bit, and go. Having
Don't fall in the sand.
yeah, sand is really bad. Sand
I remember
is
you falling in the sand in this room. Like that. I'm sorry, I jinxed it.
no, it's okay. I'm being careless with Screw Attack. Screw Attack, it just flings you across.
It's just so fun.
If you ever play this and you get stuck in sand, angle down and mash jump. That's how you get out of sand. Now you know. So we want these power bombs because we want them for Ridley. We want as many power bombs as possible.
Hey, nice health.
I'm turning on ice early because it's in my notes, and that way I don't forget before I get to the enemy. We're going to leave that tube intact for now because we're going to come through it another time. And here, Screw Attack, it just really helps through this bumpy terrain. So unless you have space jump, there's not any good way through that room other than freezing that enemy, which is why I turned on Ice Beam, which I hate. Everybody hates Ice Beam.
I thought it was the nice beam.
It's the slow beam. It shoots so slowly in Redesign, and you can't, we don't have beam combo, so we can't equip it with anything else yet. This is the face room, which I think is really poorly named, because there's the face, but there's a much better face that I like, that hopefully we won't see, because if we see it, it means I messed up. So I'm going to kill these and get their drops, because they're likely to drop supers. And I think there's one over here. And is there one over there? No. All right. That's okay. I don't remember which enemies to farm, because I normally don't grab the extra ammo. And we're going to take a save here. If I fall back down, I basically have to go all the way back around, which is really annoying.
Oh, there we go. There's a snot ball.
That was a Puyo.
There's snot balls.
That was a Puyo. Those were Puyos, but they got Screw Attacked. All right, so we're going to use Moonfall to glitch through the tank that we saw earlier. Just like that. And now we're inside that tank. And you'll notice there's actually no way into this tank. This tank is opened by walking through certain rooms after you've killed Ridley. I'm not making that up. It's really dumb. And this actually loses time to come here this way first, because we have to come by this room and go up through it later anyway. But the reason that I'm doing it is because there's an energy tank on the right, and I want the energy tank early for Ridley. So we get the energy tank before Ridley, and it's a safety. So we're going to open this tank. I forgot to move. The tank doesn't open until after you move.
It's the first new input after the animation plays. Like the power bomb finishes, and then it's the first new input. Same with like picking up items. So you can like be running across the tube, and then it won't crack until you press another button. So like in vanilla any %, like there's a strat I've seen where you lay a power bomb, run to one side of the tube, start running before that flag is set, and then jump to trigger the tube to actually break, and then you have a bunch of extra run speed when you jump out of the tube in Meridia.
So this room looks like you're supposed to grapple across it, but you don't have to. You can just you can jump up and grapple straight up and you'll reach it. So this is a detour in the normal route. I'm going to be doing another red gate glitch, and hopefully I'll get it in 57 or fewer tries. I really wanted that super, because I really want all the ammo, honestly.
I would say that having ammo is better than not having ammo in a general case.
In Redesign, if you're not sure, just farm up. So here's another 10 missiles in the wall. And the normal route would take us all the way around up top of Meridia, on this side of Meridia. Not like that. And it would take us into that spot there on the left. Nice. And we would just open these from that side, but yeah, they're the Christmas gates. But I can gate glitch it, and with 50, 60 tries of failure, it's really safe to do those and not worry about it. So we're just grabbing an E-tank. We want all the E-tanks we can. And now we've got a bit of puzzling that's going to be coming up next. And we're going to see a mini-boss after that. But so, just going to fling ourselves across this room. So this puzzle that's coming up, it's a morph ball maze. And it's really funny because I never remember the optimal path through this maze. And I always just kind of wing it.
Good.
But there are 4 blue gates that you have to bomb or shoot, but you can't really shoot. I forgot that was a crumble block. And I never learned them because there's 4 of them and they're complicated looking. And they're needed for the final guardian that we're going to get. And I call it the bullcrap guardian because it's really dumb. Because to get to this guardian, you have to do all of this stuff. You have to do these mazes. You have to find another maze. You have to go through a really stupid hidden path. It is really dumb. And then you finally do all that, and there is nothing there. And it looks like you just unlocked some really dumb shortcut. And it's just hidden in the ceiling, and you can't X-ray to find it. It's really dumb. But we know where it is, so it's not a problem. We just have to do it. It's just busy work, honestly. And we're actually right by Torian. So we're gonna speed boost across here. I'm gonna open this door, and underneath of us is where Shacktool is, or not Shacktool, Batoon. Bombtoon. Batoon is actually weak to bombs in Redesign, which is really cool. It makes it for a very interesting battle. Also, those are slope blocks. Slope blocks. So you can unmorph and clip yourself through the platform and save yourself a very small fraction of a second there, which is fun. Let me up. Get me out of here. Come on.
It's farming. It's farming.
This is farming. It did get us health.
See, it doesn't seem so bad if you say that, oh, I'm just farming some ammo here.
So the reason that I opened that gate on the left is if I mess this up...
Yeah, Komaru. Yeah.
This gate right here. Look at that. Look how easy that was. Now we're back here. We get to try again, and we get the fun clip. Whoop.
Perfect. So it's just a live demonstration of different redesigned backup strats.
Otherwise, we'd have to go all the way around. No, not this again.
I mentioned this to Komaru yesterday, but I've been thinking about putting together a 100% guide for vanilla. Not because Oats and Sweetnum's guide isn't good, but because they're good at the game, and I suck at the game, so I have lots of backup strats and other like, this is a dumb way that you can softlock here, don't do it. To help people not mess up.
This is the Batoon room. It's really complicated and hard to do. Batoon, we don't have a whole lot of ammo, but Batoon's weak to screw attack. Which you're not supposed to be able to get until after Batoon, but Drusif, the creator of this ROM hack, knew that you would be able to shine spark your way. That was intended, and that's one of the rewards for it. So you beat Batoon in like 1 or 2 frames.
Drusif knew.
And that's the Batoon kill. And now we have space jump.
Did they fix space jump in this ROM hack, or is it still broken, like in vanilla?
It's very annoying, honestly. It's a bad movement item.
I like what Deer Force was going for with it. I just wish that it was fixed.
No, it's worse in Redesign because there's places that you want to use it that you can't. Basically, you can't use it up sand.
Oh.
Up sand out of water. And even there's the spot that looks like you should be able to use it, but you just can't. Like you'd think you'd be able to, but no. Nope. But it makes for really good movement in water because you can just yeet yourself.
Do you get like a fresh yeet every time you space jump with screw
Yeah,
attack?
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like you just go. This isn't the room to show it in. We have speed booster here, but let's see if I don't think there's another room where I get to show it off, honestly. But yeah, you just fling yourself. Oh yeah, there's a really nice supers here. These are the speedball supers because you have to speedball to get them. But yeah, here you can see, like there I did a respin and I still get the screw attack speed and I just get to fling myself across this whole room without any worries. All right. How am I doing on ammo? I'm full. We should have swapped seats, so that way you could scroll my notes for me.
If only we had thought of that before. Well, I asked which chair you wanted, and you said you wanted the less comfortable chair because it's not fabric.
Yeah,
so
I want the less comfortable chair. So I'm going to farm to full ammo, just to be completely 100% safe. I still got ammo. Am I full? No, I'm not. Give me all those power bombs. I think that's all I have. Because now we're going on the wonderful journey of Lower Norfair. Lower Norfair in Redesign is a bunch of rooms, but the rooms, I like Lower Norfair's bunch of rooms because it's not just a maze to be a maze, it's a maze to drain your ammo, to make it tiring, to make you depleted of resources. You know, it's really cool. It's a maze to make you explore the whole thing, not to just confuse you. And there's items in it. And this entrance is really ominous and cool. You break through these gates, you come through, and then the music starts after the long loading spot.
Hey, nice lava dive. First try.
Thank you. So what's really funny about the route for oh yeah, something I forgot to mention a long time ago, a very long time ago, about wall jumping. You can't wall jump off of smooth things. So if there's a smooth pillar, you can't wall jump off of it. You can't wall jump off of a smooth pillar, which doesn't really matter too much now that we have space jump, but it would have mattered a long time ago if I had been paying attention.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where there's only certain places you can wall jump.
And that really matters. But Komaru, didn't you say it's faster to use supers? Yes, but I need 8 supers just to get out of here. Or there's the super blockade I mentioned before, and I need to have 8 of them consecutively in a particular room. I can't believe I never mentioned the whole wall jump thing. But the reason that I am bringing it up now is because there's a lot of places in Lower Norfair that look like you really absolutely need to have space jump to get through. Because, you know, there's no good place to wall jump, or you literally cannot wall jump there. So there you can see the Viola gave me a super instead of a power bomb, even though I only have 3 power bombs left. And I really want power bombs, because that's how we're killing Ridley. So, yeah, Lower Norfair is really funny for me. Meridia is just rooms.
Who made that meme?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I don't think that's going to be visible on camera. Oh my god.
So Lower Norfair is really funny because I know the way through Lower Norfair, but I wouldn't be able to write it down. So my notes are just like, go through Lower Norfair.
Just do it.
I know the path. This room is really something in randomizers, which do exist, and low percent, which I don't run. Because you need to use Ice Beam to freeze the really super fast multi-viola in place.
And then you IBJ off it, right?
No, you can just wall jump.
Oh, okay.
I think. You can't IBJ because there's those in the way. So I have 2 chances to mess up here, but those are 8 super blocks. So shooting that bottom one actually unlocks the rest of them, so if we come back, they'll all be gone. If you manage to glitch yourself into Lower Norfair, please? You know, actually, no, I forgot. I changed my farming spot for this recently. And you can shoot the bottom block with 1 super, leave and come back, and it'll be open for you. Which is really interesting. But we don't do that because that's hard. That's really, really difficult. Also, it's really nice to have a giant collection of super missiles.
Komaru, you said that if there's a missile pack just like setting out in the open, it gives you 2, right?
Yes.
Can you pick one of those up for me?
Why?
Because then your maximum will
Oh
be
my
60.
god, you're killing me.
You get banned.
I could have. There were some that were on the... There was one that was right on the way that if you had mentioned it earlier...
I ask again, why do you let me on your couch?
So I'm just going to farm to full here because this is my new farming to full spot. And I keep forgetting that this is where I want to do it every single run. And I always like farm on the way, which is slow. Oh, now I see why this is slow. They don't want to give supers.
These green bugs have a 100% chance to drop supers when you don't need them. That's how they work. I looked in the code. That's what it says. It says if player doesn't need a super, drop a super.
Well, so I'm going to be farming these guys a bit because I want their supers. I want to be back to full supers because there's a gate glitch that I'm going to be attempting, and it's a green gate glitch, an actual, honest-to-God, green gate glitch. This is the baloney path because it doesn't scroll the screen down until you open those blocks.
So now I just want a sandwich.
So this room, I messed up already. This room is really difficult to do because those are crumble blocks. And if you get hit, and you take knockback, then you fall. So the trick is you take damage purposefully and then run across. It's not damage boosting, it's iframe abuse.
It's only a damage boost if you actually are boosted by it.
That's my hot take. Give me those power bombs. I feel like I should have more supers.
See, that's like a really good Super Metroid hot take. My Super Metroid hot take is that any percent is bad, and like everyone agrees with that. Even any percent runners agree with that. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Alright, so if I mess up this green gate glitch, I'm just going to keep trying. And it's a weird one because there's no block blocking it, and so I'm actually going to practice with regular missiles first.
I mean, isn't this just the same as vanilla? Oh, there's more gravity, so the timing's different for
Yeah.
the falling setup.
Okay.
Because you do the falling setup.
Please. Oh, come on!
It's the gravity, dude.
Thank you.
So
Oh
every
my
time
goodness.
it goes through the gate but doesn't hit the button, that means that you fell for just a little bit too long, which is really easy to do in Redesign because you have increased gravity.
But Komaru, why didn't you save at the save point? I'm going back to that save point. I'm gonna do the farm and then save and then come back.
Also, fun fact, I hear the Rising Green Gate glitch is easier if you use default layout, which is kind of funny. I use the falling setup because I use the MMX layout, because I'm a hipster.
I'm not sure how that affects it, honestly.
I remember someone mentioning this a while back. I was like, use the falling setup, it's way easier. And they were like, what?
Oh.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, no, the falling setup is easier, but I don't remember it having to deal with your layouts.
Well, like, a lot of people say that the falling setup is harder. And they said, oh, the reason you find it easier is because you use the MMX layout.
No,
Because it's somehow...
it's less buttons.
I don't know anything.
It's the buttons are not as dense in time as you would need them to be. It's easier because it's easier.
God, look at that missile count. Aren't you full? You look full.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
I think I'm full. So, Ridley, we mentioned before, is super weak to pseudo screw, but Ridley does a ton of damage on contact. So if Ridley hits you with his body, he hits for 120 damage. That is a full E-tank, enough that if I get hit with my reserves, that I will get double hit and die. So if I need to tap into my reserves, I need to do so manually. So I'm gonna not use pseudo screws, but Ridley is also weak to X factors. So that's how we're doing Ridley. As I get hit immediately for 120 damage.
It's demonstrating.
Demonstrating how lethal it is. So while you have X factors out, you can't shoot anything.
Nice deboost.
Thank you. The best deboosts are unintentional.
Oh, yeah.
So the best I can do is try and guide them.
So, I know in vanilla, there are ways that you can get the first 4 or so like the first 2 you can get very consistently. You can get the first 4 pretty consistently as well if your Twitch name is Zosti. But it's very hard to do, and I don't know if it's like that in Redesign, because for all that I know, Ridley has like 20 new patterns and 17 other different weaknesses.
Take a quick breath here.
Huh?
Jump in the acid a bit. So Ridley's tail and fire breath does negligible amounts of damage, like 30 or 40 or something. So much, so little that I just don't care.
See, that's really wild because in the vanilla game, the tail is by far the most dangerous part.
Nice.
Nice.
That was actually like one of my best redesigned Ridleys ever.
Ridleys.
I was very worried about that in this marathon.
Zosti is fairly good at Super Metroid. I would agree with that, Empty Eye.
Proto, could I get some less on Master? That's good, thank you. After you've been playing the game for however long it is, my ears are starting to get a little tired.
I was starting to get a headache because I'm using the uncomfortable headset, but then I shuffled my glasses around and now I'm fine.
Editor's
Strats.
note, you are valid.
Thank you, Proto.
I don't need to farm up here, I just wanted to have a decent amount of power bombs. So coming up next is we still can't get out of Lower Norfair. Ridley has opened a bunch of doors, but not the door immediately above us. You'll notice it's still gray. And like I said, the bosses don't give you immediate rewards like Ridley lets you into Golden 4 or something like that. In Redesign, the bosses open other doors usually. And so in this case, it opens the door to Golden Treezo, and Golden Treezo opens the door out of here. So there's these spikes on the floor and these blocks that are broken by enemies that are designed to make it so you can't cheese Golden Treezo. It's doing a very good job at it right now. Oh my goodness. There we go. But if you position yourself right here, you can still cheese it.
So this magic pixel exists in the vanilla game as well. It's just much easier without, the spikes.
Also, you'll notice that charge takes extra time. I don't remember how many extra frames, but it's like 20 or something like that extra. It's really annoying. But that's, one of the sacrifices you have to make with Redesign. But yeah, this is the whole fight. Spacers are currently most damaging beam. I was thinking about farming there, but no, that didn't work. Using supers or missiles on Golden Treezo is ineffective. Charge beam is just the best way to go. A weird thing about charge beam is after you shoot your charge beam, you can't shoot again normally for like a full second or something like that after it. The delay has been increased to an unhealthy amount. But what you can do is you can start immediately charging up, which is really nice because that means that you can do successive charge beams a lot faster than you can pretty much anything else. So here we can use screw attack to hope not do that with some low jumps to get us around here. So this is one of the stupidest jumps. Whew. That could have gone really bad. If those enemies are respawning and they just come for you, and so if you get stuck there, it can be very, very annoying to get through that.
So what do we have left? We have to go kill Dragon.
Yeah, so we have to kill Dragon, and then after we kill Dragon, we have all major items and all 4 bosses defeated, which means that all the doors are opened. And then at that point, we can do all the Guardians, which is what we're really trying to do here.
And then Turian will be a nice, quick breeze. There's nothing at all hard, dangerous, or stressful about Turian.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. At least my nerves are somewhat gone, but I know they're going to be back during the escape, and we might have to do multiple escapes. This is the Disgiga toilet room, because there's Disgigas, and those are toilets.
There's like little holes.
You can fall in them, and you have to get out. Also,
And then you gotta wash your hands.
Yeah, there's missiles in the wall. And I'm sorry about the missile count now.
It's okay, I forgive you.
So now we're on our way to get plasma, finally.
So Spearruns Rochester is a group, and we have a Twitter. We also have a Spearruns Rochester TXT Twitter, where we post things. Apparently, you and I have made it onto said Twitter account like 5 times today.
Not only is there just like a large series of tweets, it is literally gotten to the point where there is a Super Metroid Redesign thread on the SRROC_TXT Twitter account.
Oh, good.
Redesign is a thing. So in this room, there's another 10-pack of missiles, and I'm going to skip them. What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, because it's just annoying to get them, honestly.
Who needs missiles anyway?
And that blockade is now still opened. And we have plasma, but no other beams at the same time. So we can't shoot through walls with this yet.
But it does pierce enemies.
It does pierce enemies, and it does a ton of damage. In fact, against Dragon, a charged plasma shot against Dragon does the same amount of damage as a single bomb.
Wow.
You can microwave Dragon. It's just there's better ways to kill Dragon, and like X-ray is like right on the way, which is really sad because I really want there to be a use for picking up X-ray in any percent, but I don't know of one yet. Another thing I haven't mentioned is Screw Attack is really helpful in lava. When you have Speed Booster and you are in lava with Gravity Suit, the game disables your run button. So you actually go slower in lava with Speed Booster on because it doesn't want you to get a Shine Spark. So if I turned off Speed Booster, I'd be able to run in lava. But it doesn't matter with Screw Attack because you can just,
You just eat yourself.
Just eat yourself. So now we're going on one of the escapes of Lower Norfair. This one's the scariest looking one because there's rising acid, but it's not that bad. So we're just going to Shine Spark our way out of here through this really annoying maze.
Turning off dash would be a really fun thing for crowd control Super Metroid.
I think it's this one that I used the power bomb on. I did that one block too late.
Dang.
It's okay.
Suboptimal. Oh, obligatory streamer is this world record.
If you hit 29 health right there, you get yourself out of bounds.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Does the block like form on top of you and then clip you out?
No, like if you break that block like with a blue suit, it's just out of bounds underneath.
Oh.
Like there's no door transition where underneath of that, it's just out of bounds. Like it's just.
I remember this room. This is the room where you were IBJing for like 30 minutes during the randomizer.
Yeah. This is really hard to get without Spring Ball. I never get that energy tank. But for this run, I am getting it just for safety. Just because Mother Brain is very difficult. Because Mother Brain hits like a truck. Like, yeah.
She's been going to the gym. She's been lifting. She's very, very strong.
All right, so at this point, I actually consider this part the Guardian cleanup. Even though we haven't killed Dragon yet, Dragon is just a part of cleaning up the Guardians. Because Dragon's not really a boss, honestly. Like, Dragon's a mini-boss that just has an intro.
Dragon's an
Get outta
interactive
here.
experience. She's not a boss. Oh, is it time for Spike Guardian?
Yes, this is the Spike Guardian. This Guardian is what makes zero-hit KO impossible, or one-hit KO. Yes, zero-hit KO. I always get the acronym wrong. And so there's a modified ROM just for the one-hit KO run that takes the spikes out of there. Those are 60 damage spikes, so you need to have Spring Ball and Gravity Suit just to make it, and an energy tank or two just to make it through there.
Each suit varying gravity will reduce incoming damage by 50% each, so combined it's a quarter of...
Zero hit, knock one. Zero health, knock one. There we go. OHKO. I know.
Yes, we are aware that it's for one hit knockout.
So now we... Oh my goodness. So this would be the point at which we'd normally do the ammo guardian. That'd be coming up pretty soon, but we already did that one, so we don't have to. We don't want those missiles because it's just one. Even though it is behind a wall, it's not a tile piece.
Wait, it's only one? I thought it would be
I'm
two.
sorry, it's two, yes. But, like, it's only... Like, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's so little for so much time. Now my notes say go up lefty, lefty, left.
Good route notes.
They say go up lefty, lefty, left. Because that's what you do. You just go through a bunch of left... Oh my goodness. Screw attack is very uncontrollable. I'm surprised I've been climbing so well with screw attack, honestly.
Shouts to get grabbed by all vile plumes RTA.
So there's a secret path through here. It saves you a power bomb. And, like, going through the room.
Hey, this is the part where you accidentally reset the...
Also,
the
this door
FPS.
transition is super weird, because you can trigger it from really low in the floor. Like, you should not be able to trigger a door transition from beneath the door.
Why not? It's just a hitbox.
Oh my god.
Did...
Screw it. Or, yeah, screw attack, space jump, please. This is why we opened that door before. If we didn't, I'd be very sad, and I'd be pulling up the map JPEG I have on my hard drive to find the best way around.
Live routing.
And the room would be shaking right now, normally, if we hadn't skipped this guardian. This is the spaghetti face in the background there. It's a face barfing spaghetti.
It's so good.
That's what I think the true face room is, but...
One of these days you should do a redesign rando at one of our marathons.
Yeah, no, I'm honestly thinking about it, but the problem is that it would take, like...
70 hours.
So many. It's so long.
Next time we do like a 24-hour marathon, you can just be the entire graveyard shift. It'll be great. Tech can set up your run, and then we can all just go to bed for 6 hours.
Where am I going? Right a broken tube. Up to I went the wrong way. I went the wrong way. I went the entire wrong way. Okay,
Redesign.
we're just gonna...
I mean, Meridia's just rooms.
It's just rooms. I went the wrong way. Okay, my notes say right at broken tube, and I thought it was this broken tube. But it was the other broken tube. There's like 30 broken tubes in Meridia. My notes are bad. There's so many broken tubes.
Are we just bad? Meridia's just
bad?
broken tubes. Oh, God.
Because my notes then say, in the speedball room, take the upper right door. But the speedball room is this room, maybe. Yes, it's this room. Because that's the speedball tunnel right there, and you have to get a speedball to get that item. Once again, screw attack being just awesome in redesign. So we can't screw attack up there. It is literally programmed with that sand to knock you down, even though there's a space that you can. Like, it's really dumb. If we are in the room that indeed we're thinking that I think I am, but I honestly don't remember. There's so many rooms, there's so many sand falls, there's so many things. Oh my goodness. Please let me up. There's a trick you can do with spring ball and bombs called a voodoo jump that I don't try, where like you just fling yourself up with spring ball. It's really cool, but I don't try it because it's really hard. I don't know how many frames you have to do it, but it's really cool.
But it's really hard?
Yeah, it's really hard, but it's really cool, but it's really hard.
I mean, I think the entirety of Super Metroid it's really cool, but it's really hard.
Okay, so going on the meme of, redesign is just rooms, like, that room that we were just in is part of Redesign so many rooms that the game actually has, like, some of the game's biggest, like, allowed rooms that are just, like, walled-off sections that are just that room with door transitions. So, like, one room, like, this room might be actually part of, like, 3 other rooms. Like, on the map, it might just be other rooms. So if I missed that missile earlier, if I fell down, I could get it now, but I don't want to. But, like, Redesign, or, like, it's so many rooms. There's another broken tube, by the way. So many rooms that, like...
We should have kept the broken tube counter for this run. That would have been good.
The creator had to put more... Like, there's another one, right? The creator had to put more rooms inside of rooms to get the amount of rooms that there are.
Yo, dog. I heard you like rooms.
Yeah, basically.
So we put rooms inside your rooms. I'm tired.
So, I'm going to open this gate here in case I fall in, because otherwise I'd have to go back around, or gate glitch. And I can do the gate glitch, but it's really risky on 5 missiles. And I'd have to turn off high jump. And we're going to do a trick here called early beam combo. This actually saves time and is a safety strat at the same time. How neat is that?
Oh, nice.
I
I like those sand things. Those look cool.
Yeah, if you fall in the sand, you fall out. It really sucks. But you have to go all across the top there. There's like a whole secret tunnel that you have to go through after you kill Dragon just to bomb that block that I shot with Wave off screen. And I didn't turn on ice. Whoops. So now we have beam combo, and now we can actually equip all the beams. Yay, beams. But still shoot pretty... Oh, no.
Don't let your beams be dreams.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
What happened to screw? Up there it is.
I wasn't holding dash. Oh my god. I'm just going to go down. We're just going down. So you can see they fire pretty slowly compared to vanilla. But we have screw attack, and there's not many things that I'm going to try and shoot at to kill. I'm just going to kill them with screw attack or dodge them.
You use charge shots on Mother Butt, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Spazer plus plasma glitch possible. I believe that's been patched out. So you can't do it, but...
Oh, the space-time beam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these jumps here are super duper annoying. Please don't fall down. Because it's sand, it like drags you down.
You get extra gravity on top of your extra gravity.
Fun fact, there are blocks there that you can't break if you haven't killed Dragon, or Batoon.
You gonna take the save?
Yeah, after I open the door. So Dragon is weak to bombs, but Dragon is also weak to getting shot in the face with plasma beam. So it's gonna be shot in the face with plasma beam. But if I get the chance, if Dragon gives me a goop phase, I'm gonna get 2 shots off, and then hopefully the bombs in as well, because Dragon is very weak to bombs. Aren't we all? Yes, we are all weak to getting shot in the face with plasma beam.
So, is it me, or does this hack use a slightly different audio sample for the snare?
Oh, that was perfect. That was a perfect Dragon. That bomb positioning that I did there, sorry, I don't believe the sound is any different, but that bomb positioning was one with the timing that would let me put on 2 more bombs if I had the positioning good. So that was a really, really solid fight, honestly.
Sorry for completely not paying attention to it because I was thinking about audio. Because
No,
the hi-hat in that boss track sounds different, but I think it's just because this is a nicer headset than I'm used to.
I think it's also the audio setup. The sound does sound weird compared to my setup at home. Like, I know we're doing a whole bunch of audio production-y stuff.
There's about 7 adapters.
Oh,
It
I almost
sounds
forgot.
better. Intense glare.
I almost forgot. You know what? I'm just gonna show it off from here. I forgot my favorite moonfall. You fall down that whole room. It gets more glitchy if you do that properly. So I'm very sorry we missed it. This room is really annoying to get through.
I mean, that felt pretty fast.
I tried going back up just to do it, but it was wasting time. Like, this has become, this isn't like a speed run. This is like a showcase now.
It's a fast playthrough. That's what I would name. I would like name my stream title back when I still sucked at this game. It would be like 100% fast playthroughs.
So I believe that's, oh, yeah, I believe that's the last energy tank we'll be getting. And now we're officially on the Guardian cleanup. So this is just, we have like 3 or 4 Guardians, and then we're gonna make our way to Torian. So Dragon opens that door, which we came through before, and this door. Fun fact, if you get here without Speed Booster, you soft lock. I found that out in my randomizer today. Even though, like, there's plenty of rooms to go through.
Shouts to Koject.
Yeah, I was focusing on the audio cue and not looking at where I was actually aiming my gun. See, now this room actually has a purpose. Oh, that was not a super missile. Like, now this room has a purpose, and like you can see, it's that 3-way intersection. Now this room is just a room to annoy me. It's literally just here to waste time. It could have just been an empty hallway that I dashed through. But no, it had to be a morph ball tunnel with no purpose whatsoever.
The purpose was Drew wanted more rooms.
I'm really hoping for super drops, because I need to start worrying about ammo, because the next thing that's up is Torian. And for Torian, I need like 80-something units of ammo, so...
Every now and then, you like go through a room. This happens a lot in Meridian. You go through a room and I'm like, oh, I recognize where we are. And then you go through the door, it's just like, nope, no, I don't. Never mind. Oh, gosh.
So this part, it looks like you have to bomb your way down on the bottom. And in Redesign, power bombs don't open shot blocks. So you would have to go down there and bomb them. You can't just power bomb and go through. But if you have wave, you can just, shoot it. And now we go back to the room that I went to before when I skipped where I was supposed to be going.
Sorry, I was reading notes there.
Yeah, you can read notes. It's good for you. For when you run this with no drops.
I'm not. It would have to be a very large sum of money to get me to run this game no drops.
Yeah, Azure said, I'm pretty sure it would be impossible, and I agree. Like, it'd be a very, very difficult run.
I mean, wait, can you ace in this game? Can you arbitrary code execution in Redesign?
Probably, I guess.
Anything's possible with ace.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, like, you could.
Can't get back to ship before wall jumps with super spawn.
Yeah.
Where do you need drops for that? Oh, I know what you mean. Because you need drops. You would have to refill at the ship every time. Yeah, that'd be pretty impossible. So yeah, just a lot of walking around, making our way downtown. I'm gonna take this missile reload. Hopefully that will help me get more supers by having full missiles, because I need more ammo and I'm not getting it. Like, I kept getting health drops, and I just need ammo, honestly.
How are you doing, Komaru?
Meridia's just rooms. This is like our 10th time through these long, boring, empty rooms with nothing in them. Not because I accidentally went through this room on accident. before.
Did I ever tell you? I was thinking about starting a like a multi-troid rando league. Because you know how rando league is a thing?
Yeah.
I think there should be like a co-op league.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, where you do like various co-op stuff.
So as I mentioned before, look at the face. It's really funny looking. But if you had, if we had come here, or if we hadn't broken that tube earlier, it would just be open now because we killed Ridley. We'd be able to get the Guardian and E-Tank inside. But we don't care anymore. That was not a super. And I already opened that, so there's a super saved. A super saved is a super earned. This pirate should give us a super. Wow.
What a guy.
Stingy pirate.
What a guy.
So now we're going to make our way down this turbo tube to Norfair.
Wee. Toilet flush sound.mp3.
And remember that green gate from like 2.5 hours ago or something like that, like forever ago? There it is. Hey. And we get to, yeah, and we get to Neum here because that gray door opens faster.
Yo, nice bomb.
Thanks. Give me that. It is faster to go through the maze than it is to go up top, even if you don't have high jump. Like, it's just faster to just bomb your way through than it is to take the top route. The reason that I cared so much about opening this before, or like opening that speed barricade before, was for this. So, this lava movement really depends on having screw attack. Because, we can't run, like mentioned before. Which is why I'm, like, bunny hopping my way through, because it's a very tight space. This is the really dumb Guardian, honestly, but aren't they all? So this is the Upper Norfair Lava Guardian, because you just go through a bunch of lava to get to it, and it's like, okay, well, if you don't have gravity, you can't get here, and that's what it says.
He's having an exfoliating bath down in the lava.
I mean, there's other Guardians in the lava exfoliating, so...
They're going to their spa. This is just like Samus's spa adventure. That's what it is.
So you may notice on the notes, Ploff, the thing that's coming up next, there is
that's
two
what I
dots.
was reading
There's two dots.
before.
One says normal, one says swag.
Yeah,
Guess which one we get to do.
That's what I was reading before. I was like, oh, something's highlighted. No, swag. Ah.
That's right. We get to do the swag spark. The swag spark is coming up. It's pretty cool. It might take me a couple tries, but it's worth it. Basically, it's a shine spark that utilizes the extra charge timer. I have about, I want to say 30 to 40 frames, how I do it, of extra leg room of time on this shine spark.
I've never been a normal people in my life, empty eye.
Boop. I bonked down the door.
Nice bonk.
Thank you. You can get a shine spark here, but it doesn't help. It's really tempting to, but it just wastes time. Like, you really want to charge one. And you really want to, like, shine spark out left here, because you'll keep the charge through all of this stuff, and, like, oh, yeah, you're all set to go. You just shoot and go, and you know, and then you would bonk right there. So now we just go backwards, because that just took us, like, completely out of the way. This is the room that we're going to do it in. So we're going to get a shine spark here. We're going to recharge it. We're going to go across here. And swag it up. And normally you have to go all the way around. Oh, no, 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 no. Let me out.
First try.
First try. And that saves a whole bunch of rooms. If you can do it. And, like, it's literally, like, you know, I probably had, like, 25 frames there because I had a weird thing going on. I need some quiet so I can hear this audio cue. If I can actually get into the door. I'm going to open one of the gates by using wave beam. If I can do it properly. Please? Oh my goodness. Please. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I got the gate. I've just managed to add 4 extra door transitions for no good reason. So that one opened the left one on this side, and that's all of the gates for this Guardian that we've been slowly working our way to over the speed run. The really stupid baloney Guardian.
Oh, now I want a sandwich again.
No, you don't.
I'm hungry.
A bologna sandwich. Nobody actually wants a bologna sandwich.
No, I don't.
The bologna sandwich is the I want a better sandwich.
See, the only time I've ever seen someone eat
this
a
is the
bologna
bologna
sandwich is in Breaking
secret
Bad.
passage there. Did you see that? What was that?
Just
What was
as a
that passage?
preemptive reminder, per the Speedruns Rochester conduct policy, you two are not allowed to start talking about what is and is not a sandwich. Be warned, I will mute your mics.
I forgot that was in there.
Wait, you really added that? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Alright, so hopefully we should have enough ammo. My notes say I need 65 plus, and we've got 60 plus 35, so we've got 95 ammo right now, so that's really good. And we need that because there's a green gate, a red door, a purple door, and then we need to kill Metroids, and, like, I have it all listed here. It's just a bunch of stuff. And my next notes actually are just like, here's stuff in Torian. That's it. That's the last Guardian. We've done all 12 Guardians. We can make our way to Torian. I should make in my notes that we need more ammo than that because there's a green gate right there that you need. But that Guardian is the baloney one because you get through all of that stuff. You solve this massive looking puzzle, and your reward for it is a shortcut across Meridia, or so it seems. And it's hidden in the wall. There's no way to X-ray it. Like, it's just a hole in the ceiling. So it's really dumb. Really?
Shouts to crabs. Shouts to that one room in Super Metroid Nature where there's just a bunch of crabs and they just fall on you. You remember that room?
Yeah,
You just get rained on by crabs.
that's a really fun room. So I'm going to take this save here. There is the possibility of a demise in Torian, which would be very, very unfortunate because Torian is very long, honestly. Like it's very incredibly long. There's a lot of Metroids. The way Torian works is there's a lot of Metroids, and each room you have to kill n number of Metroids, where n is a number that's high. And then it opens the doors, and then Metroids respawn. So, can I get mute so I can have a drink of water here?
That was impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, clap for that.
Moderation Station would like to note that we will not, in fact, pause the timer if in 20 minutes you realize you need to pee.
I've had to pee for the last hour and I just haven't said
I have been
anything.
waiting for that extra long cutscene that says you've got 12 Guardians to take a drink of water. Okay, so this room we don't care about, because it's just a purple door. But from everything here on out, it's just grouping strats for Metroids. Except Metroids in this ROM hack are really stupid. And if you get grabbed, you can't do the side-to-side bomb. Well, you can, it's just really annoying. You have to do this weird bunny hop thing. Oh,
I
my
really like
goodness.
how the Metroids just kind of neum at you from off screen.
Okay, alright. I honestly don't know how many Metroids you need to kill, and it's for each room, because there's a bunch of rooms. And it's something that I want to learn and put in my notes. But yeah, this is it. So basically, I messed up this room. This room you don't want to get 3 on at a time because then the 4th one shows up. Oh my goodness. And it creates a bunch of lag, which makes getting them off really annoying, as you can see with the lag.
I wonder if that would be easier with Spring Ball.
It's not.
Okay.
You can do the strat in vanilla, actually. It's harder in vanilla.
I imagine it has to do with gravity shenanigans.
Yeah, it takes them off of you for a very small amount of time, which is the perfect time to ice beam them if you're not in Spring Ball. But we want to group a bunch of these, and you can see how many super missiles I've gotten in all of these that we've killed. 1. We have gotten 1 super missile. They do not like to drop supers. Let's just make that clear.
It's for lore continuity with Metroid 1, clearly.
Giving us 1. So, oh, I don't need to be killing them. Well, I'm gonna get these 2 off. In Torian and in Torian Escape, there's 2 spots where you can mock ball. One's right there, and it just saves you a bunch of time. And I always forget which room it is. And in Escape, there's another one where you get to do the same thing, and it saves you, you know, like 30 seconds or something like that. This room is really annoying, and I hate it. Because there's a bunch of Metroids and a windy path. But basically, you just get here, and you just keep... Oh my goodness. Please. And you have to kill a bunch of Metroids, and I never remember how many. It's just a bunch.
It's a number.
There we go. So in this room, I want to stay on the top and go upright. So there's a secret path in this room. You will most likely casually get lost in this room. Come here. Come here. So there's that one, and then this one. And then there's this secret path. And this secret path is the way to go. And then there should be 2 here. Nope, not yet. Yet? There we go. So just lots of Metroids, lots of Metroid rooms. Oh, that's a fun glitch. And now we're up to Baby Skip. I know it doesn't look like we're at Baby Skip, but that's because I can't shoot through a door facing down for some reason.
Doors are hard.
So Baby Skip in Redesign is actually doable by a person like me. I can do Baby Skip in Redesign. Mostly because Screw Attack yeets you along, but there's a chance that I won't be able to do it.
Yeet on down the road.
And I messed it up already. I messed up the first jump. You have to go about
Face to the
medium...
right. Face to the right.
You have to go about medium height up to get the cycle started, and once you get the cycle started, you're good to go. But if you don't get the cycle started, then it messes you up. So this is why we got the reserve tank, because there are 2 giant unkillable side hoppers in the next room. And I'm going to position myself pretty carefully to not get hit by them, but they hit for 40. We have an extra 3 hits, so we go right here, we go whoop, whoop, just like that. Perfectly safe. Didn't need to get the reserve tank, but here we are.
Please don't die to SpaghettiOs.
So I'm just going to open that door ahead of time, just in case I die, It'll save us a little bit of time. I am going to turn off screw attack for the Zebetite skip. But normally you don't need to in Redesign because you can just not hold dash, and you won't screw attack. But it makes it easier for me. And
Can you do the down back setup in Redesign?
You might be able to if you're insane. But who does the down back setup?
I don't know. Oh my god, you do it vanilla style.
Yeah, it can be very finicky. I was practicing it earlier. There we go. That was very good. Normally it takes me a whole bunch of times. In vanilla I can do it like first time, every time after a bit of practice.
So you know how Mother Brain's like really kind of a joke in the vanilla game because you just jump? Well, not anymore.
Redesign Mother Brain is killer.
She's something. She's something.
Also, Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam hits for 439 damage and not 300. So that's a number I have to keep in mind. I have to get my health above 439. I don't remember how many hits it is. It's a bunch. But we have the best beam, so we're good.
So
the onion rings are the most deadly thing because they hit for a bunch. I don't know if they do extra damage, but they do have no iframes, so you can get hit by all of them at once.
yeah, if you get hit by the first one, you'll get like you can get like chained by the next 3, and you take a ton of damage so fast.
Also, the gravity makes dodging catch-up beam very difficult, and you have to get the space jump. I mean, there's other ways to do it, but the way that I do it, you pretty much have to get the space jump. Okay, so this is good.
This looks good, yeah. Don't hit yourself too much.
Yeah. All right, so you might notice that we no longer have our suit. This is on purpose. The game takes away all of your items except for wall jump boots, morph ball, and bombs. That makes this part of the game extremely, extremely deadly. Because I now take 4 times damage on Mother Brain 3, and I can die in Mother Brain 3. I can die in Mother Brain 3.
If you get hit by like the onion rings, your health just goes.
I have what is that? 9 E-tanks, so you know,
999 health.
Well, yeah, plus the reserve.
So it would be
so I've got, you know,
1,099.
like 1,100 health, and I am still scared that I will die to MB3. Like, it is extremely deadly. One of those, like, one hit from those onion rings chained will take, you know, it's an E-tank each, so it'd be like 5 E-tanks.
Yeah.
And I want all of my E-tanks in case I get grabbed by a Metroid in the escape. Yes, you heard that right. Because Metroids in the escape will deal 4 times damage as well, and I have no ice beam to freeze the Metroids.
You can knock them away with all the missiles that you don't have.
Or you can bomb them off for a fraction of a second, too.
Yeah, and then they get to grab you again.
So I'm just we're gonna do the cheap strat here, and hope that Mother Brain doesn't get off anything bad. Oh, look at that, 2 E-tanks gone, just like that. Nothing I can do. I could have jumped. Save the animals. I can save the animals. It's several minutes out of the way. It is minutes. It is literal. It is literal minutes.
Awful.
It is literal minutes. If you want me to save the animates, save the animates.
The animates.
The animated animals. Save the anime.
You know, you were at an anime convention. Save the anime.
All right. I don't remember the path to save the animals, but I have done it before, so it'll be a little bit of exploring.
Don't die saving the animals.
So here's something. The timer is 25 minutes. Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah. So saving the animals is gonna be in a bit. In a bit. It usually takes about 10-15 minutes-ish to get through with speedrun strats. Like, Yeah.
I hope you like listening to alarm bells, because
Oh, yeah.
a lot
yeah.
of alarm bells.
So the escape is very, very scary. There are several instant death pits. One of them I've practiced a whole lot. And then... What's that? If I'm saving the animals or not saving them, I need to hear it through my headset, because I can't hear what anybody's saying.
The thoughts of the room include, don't save the animals if you're on a PB pace, and don't save them unconditionally because I want to go to bed.
If I'm on a PB pace.
You are funny.
That's really hilarious. Alright, in the interest of sleep, we'll be not saving animals.
I gotta go home and make my bologna sandwich, dude. It's very important.
The animals are behind Bomb Chorizo, and there's a bunch of doors blocked behind Bomb Chorizo. Fun fact, if you do a randomizer, you need to kill Bomb Chorizo, otherwise you soft lock. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different kill conditions in the escape. One of them should be coming up pretty shortly, which will present itself. There's going to be 2 red doors, and those red doors take 5 missiles each. I need to shoot the red doors without missing. This seems like an easy task, right? Shooting red doors 5 times. I will be very, very careful with the next door as well, because if I shoot a missile, that's it. That's game over. And then we have to do, all of Mother Brain again.
Yeah, because the last save is before Mother Brain, so if you die in Escape, you have to do all of Mother Brain again.
So there's the second mock ball that saves time. So mock balls are intended.
Dear Force knew.
Drew Force knew. Remind me to take the shortcut and not get hit. Take the shortcut.
Take the shortcut.
There's a shortcut that I can take that I always forget. It saves a couple seconds. But just like Lower Norfair, the escape is like, I know where to go, I just don't remember all the rooms. If I can jump. So yeah, we're back to basics here. That's the shortcut that I almost forgot.
You remembered. Good job.
And I didn't take the long cut that comes immediately after that, and I always forget not to do that.
It's a long cut, dude.
Yeah, it's just a waste of time. Left. This is not good. I'm now at danger health for Metroids.
Yeah, don't get grabbed or die to pirates, please.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna take my reserve tanks. Wow, that's a very exact health.
Yeah.
So, there are 2 spots where Metroids can grab you in the escape. And they're actually there's really easy set strategies to dodge them, but, I get nervous and mess things up. So, the first one takes a couple energy tanks, and the second one takes about a row of energy tanks. Which is why I took my reserves, just, for safety. I don't want to die. So there's that. That could kill me, and then there's... Oh, I messed up my bomb speed on that. And then there's... the missiles, and then there's the real final boss, or the... Well, there's the real final boss, and then there's the real final boss. The real final boss is making this jump for some reason. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Thank you.
Thank goodness this wasn't one of the acid rooms.
No. The acid rooms come later. Well, this is one of the acid rooms, and it's really funny because I almost lost a PB here.
Yeah, you were like running across these platforms like, look, you
I
need
was
to jump
taunting
here.
them. I was taunting them because you can just run across, but there is steam there, and I didn't know it. This looks like the acid touches you, but it's actually 1 pixel away. I'm not making that up. So, these blocks are the same blocks that are on slopes, and so slopes have weird blocks that what they do is they'll push you up the blocks if you go into them, and that's how slopes work, sort of.
Don't ever say that's how slopes work, because whatever you say will be inaccurate.
So because of that, these are one-way blocks, basically, and you can see that in other ROM hacks.
I've heard that Azure understands how slopes work. I don't believe him, but I've heard.
So, yeah, there's plenty of time left for me to die, so don't worry.
Yeah, don't get cozy.
If you wanted this marathon to go forever, we still have options for that. Even though this gate is slower, it is the faster gate. There was an option there to go on the top route or the bottom route. And the slow gate one on the left-ish bottom is the faster one. I'm really bad at directions. The top route or the bottom route, you want to take the slow gate on the left.
I think your directions were extremely clear.
Thank you. Take the slow gate. Alright, so the next room is the first Metroid room. Yeah. So I'm going to be trying to do some minor morph ball optimizations through this tunnel, which are actually honestly really cool. Oops. So this one, I have to do a mock ball right here. Not like that. And it's going to come along to get me, and it's going to get stuck on that platform and be stuck behind. On this one, not that one, the one coming up in this room, I have to unmorph and basically come around this side, and it's going to be very close to me, but it's not quite going to get me. I am going to grab the health refill, because why not? Just in case. I don't want to die by 200 health on something stupid. My last notes say GG, so, you know, we know this isn't going to have any issues. So I have no more notes to look at. Yay, no more notes.
We're out of notes.
This is elevator 1. I split at elevator 2 in the middle of all of this. Alright, so there's a red door coming up, and it's in the ceiling, which is the worst place for it, for someone whose D-pad hasn't been working properly.
Use the 2 angle buttons.
Yeah, but I don't trust that. So that door... Yay! Alright!
That's one soft lock out of the way.
We're past most of the instant death.
Toad. So these platforms are really hard to land on because they shake around so much.
And they shake. The smaller ones, which we haven't seen yet, are as wide as the thing shakes. Those ones. They are, the screen is shaking them so that there is no single pixel that they are on the same spot.
Rip.
Yeah, so pretty much if you fall, don't weave around because you're not going to find a spot to land. You just fall straight down and you'll land on something. This is the plan. Most of the instant death. Must be easy to choke on PB pace. Yes, it is extremely easy to choke, especially at the real final boss, which is just a jump. It's just a jump that costs like a minute, and it's not even instant death. It's just a jump that if you fail, you just land in water. Falling is hard.
This game is hard.
Welcome to Underwater. So I want to have as much momentum here, which is why I backed up before running in the water. Because out of water momentum you get to keep. So now we get to do some cool underwater movement. Whenever I turn around, I'm going to try and turn around while in spin jump and then angle. Angling is called ledge grabbing and it's basically landing faster. But you can see I messed up that one there, and it took me a couple frames to turn around. And I did it again. And I want to turn around while in spin jump while it costs 1 frame, as opposed to when I'm not in spin jump and it costs many frames. But in underwater, it's really cool and really fun because you have a lot of chances to optimize your movement.
Look at that arm pumping. Beautiful.
On this section, I'm going to stop arm pumping because arm pumping doesn't add to your momentum. And so when you want momentum, you don't want to arm pump because it just pushes you literally physically forward without giving you extra speed, which you need for some of these jumps. And here we can crouch jump down grab.
Hey, Komaru, what's your PB?
What's my PB? It's like 3:07, something like that. I forget the seconds. What's funny is I lost 8 minutes to a Ridley death and a grapple death. So sub 3 is fairly free. I'm just taking this extra safe. There is lava down there, but I'm not too worried about it because it's pretty slow. This is the room that says, hey, there's going to be lava coming up, so be careful about that.
Don't die.
Don't die. Yeah, it's a very tough run. I really enjoy it, though. It's very rewarding. So there's an instant death room coming up, and I believe it's this room. Yep. All right, there we go. That's the instant death there. If you fall on the right, that's instant death. So try not to do that, because we don't have any suits, which means if we fall in the water or the lava or the acid, there's no way out. And then we have to do all of this again.
Don't
Also,
die in acid room, please.
yeah, I know. I'm sweating. I might turn my hand fan up to 2.
Yeah, so you may not know this, but Komaru has a very small desk fan sitting on the desk. Can we get it in shot, maybe? Sitting on the desk, like pointed at his hands, just to keep his hands from like sweating too much.
So there's a strat here I'm going to use, or I'm going to get hit right on one of these steams, and that's going to give me the iframes to run through all the other steams, so that way I don't get knocked back and lose my momentum and mess up the jump. And that's a technique I'm going to be using on several jumps to ensure that I don't get bad luck. And that's really, really important to take that damage. And here's a really cool mock ball if I can get it. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Saves a bunch of time on accelerating there. Also, that where I did take that damage earlier, that was a instant death room that I forgot about, but it's not that bad because you have 2 chances. This room is an instant death room, and the next room I want silence. This is the escape from acid death room. Okay, all right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's the last of the instant death. This run will complete. Oh my god. So if I fell down there, there's rising acid, and there's no coming back from that. And that's the last of the instant death. There's actually lava in here, but it takes about like 5 minutes to get here. Please, can I bomb? So there's a trick you can do with the hyper beam, and because the hyper beam is basically charge beam, and it'll do the 5 bomb spread for free. But I wasn't able to get it to go for some reason. So I don't care about health. Just tank the lava. It's worth it. So this room has the real final boss. And there was a leap of faith really early. Oh my goodness. Really early on in the run that oh my god.
You're getting the wall jump check.
There we go.
Spoke too soon.
All right, we're just going to take the platforms as intended. So there's a leap of faith that we took earlier, but we have to do it with all these damaging steams. And it's this next jump, so I'm just going to need to focus on this one. Oh, nice. That costs like a minute or something like that if you fail it. Are we saving the animals? No? Okay. All right, we're going to sleep. That's a worthy cause. I almost thought I didn't make that. Time is coming up. And time. And that is Super Metroid Redesign any %.
Dot freaking done. Oh, man.
Whew. All right.
That was a pretty cool speedrunning marathon, I think.
Yeah, this was great. This was so much fun. I'd like to stick around and see the in-game time if we can.
Gee, host, is there something maybe you want to talk about? I was just gonna say like shill the channel. follow Spearruns Rochester.
Yeah, subscribe to twitch.tv/product/SWC19/speedrunsrochester. Yeah, okay, I got this.
20. Not bad.
Hang on. Follow twitch.tv/product/ds_. Follow twitch.tv/product/corundumcore. Follow twitch.tv/product/titans of co-op. Follow twitch.tv/product/Komaru and twitch.tv/product/plof27. Twitch.tv/product/drunk Wario. We already did that person. Twitch.tv/product/witches-hex. Twitch.tv/product/alchemas with 2 A's and mas. And 2 S's also. Twitch.tv/product/drunkle_Titus. That one also. Twitch.tv/product/Jaxler1. Twitch.tv/product/labmember009 where the last E is a 3. Twitch.tv, that one we did. Twitch.tv/product/V_input_output. Twitch.tv/product/Lieutenant Boo. Twitch.tv/Cube King, where instead of a C, it's a K. Absolutely do not go to twitch.tv/product/protomagicalgirl and instead go to twitch.tv/product/Komaru again. Was that shill enough for you, Rose?
Yes. My desire for the shill has been satisfied.
So I have some final bit of lore about Redesign while we're still here.
The deep redesign lore.
Yep, the final bit of lore is in Redesign, the items that you get, because it's not just like, oh, you got 1 item, you got 2 items, whatever. It's been reprogrammed with a decimal percentage counter based on the number of ammo that you actually have. So, for example, if you pick up 5 2 missile packs or 1 10 missile pack, those give you the same percentage of items with a special custom programmed decimal percentage counter. That's going to be coming up in a couple seconds here. Except for the major items.
Oh, is it? Oh, get your deer forces ready in chat. It's coming up.
Our boy, Gunpei Yokoi. Our
freaking
boy, father of the Game Boy.
Where's my notes? Where's my notes?
It's Samus.
Deer force.
Deer force.
Dear Force! 1994! Oh my god, wait, Samus was a girl? No other speedrun today could have taught us that. Wow.
Samus was a girl the whole time.
This should come around 40 or 50%, I think, because we got lots of missiles.
Okay, you should have 100%ed it. Next time, 100%.
Scott says next time you should 100% it.
Oh, 36. That's a lot less than I thought I picked up, which is good. Go me for picking up less items.
It was Dr. Wily the whole time?
That's all I
Wow.
have for Redesign. Thank you so much for letting me run this and
Thank
closing
you
out the
for
marathon.
playing video games. Appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Thank
It
everyone
really
here
it
for
really
playing
helps out
video
the
games.
fans. Thank you everyone for playing video games, except not really. Don't play video games. Let me just let's talk about, I don't know, we just finished a marathon. Let's do the thing where we like talk about you know, wholesome stuff.
Do we have a mixing board source on the break screen?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Got him though.
Here
Can
it
I just
is.
like pause this?
Here it
I can do
is.
that. Okay, hang on.
Here it is.
Bap. Hey, we're